mistreatment on a
Yeah.
media mogul later recalled her less than pleasant memory.
Look at the weekly candle, man. The weekly candle tells you the whole story, in my opinion. It's like, yeah,
When
people want to buy it, man. It dropped to 36 and it got 8 up like that. That's crazy.
ten
It barely even dropped.
eight
Shit. I mean, of course, look at that weekly. Who doesn't? Yeah.
Fuck that. You already know.
Whatever, bro.
personal treatment that compounded her difficulties at the station. Her time at WJZ was marked
Not shit. Bought some salami for the first time ever. Oh, SRP, dude. SRP. Yes, sir.
Say
Is it like the classic smooth kind of jazz kind of?
The dough, it looks like we're creating like ascending rising wedge, like a megaphone style, but then we're also potentially creating this bearish diversion, where we could get a nice little sell at 50, but if we break the RSI on the downtrend, we could get a fucking pump on the floor.
merely about professional shortcomings, they were deeply intertwined with her personal experiences being
Yeah, I've seen narratives across the board on a lot of things. It just looks like they may not want to follow that. Yeah, but in the bull market, the reason you get fucking bearish, you get stuff, just like bullish in the market. Exactly. It does, I've seen them though, it does kind of look,
mistreatment.
especially in resistance,
Early
you have divergences like that, it's usually a good sign for a cool off, but it just doesn't seem like it wants to cool off really.
Jay-Z, Oprah was
Yeah, I might get a little, so I might go a little $500 trade, I'll sell like $500 when we go back, okay great, if not, we just keep mooning, I got 500.
qualities, her emotional openness, warmth, and ability to connect with people. People Are Talking focused on engaging and interactive discussions with guests, which provided a platform for Oprah's strengths as a communicator. In 2013, Oprah Winfrey's visit to Zurich, Switzerland, for Tina Turner's wedding led to an encounter that underscored the persistence of racial discrimination, even among the wealthy and privileged. This experience highlighted the subtleties of racism that can manifest in
39 cents for Doge for me is the line in the sand. We print a daily candle below 39, I would expect lower. But until then, higher it is.
a high-end store.
That's your 0.5 for the range.
Handbag, priced at
Yeah, I got about 38.5. That's pretty close enough for that uptrend.
to her.
Yeah, exactly.
Responded the refusal, saying,
Fucking face in front of the dude, yeah, that's hilarious.
prominent media mogul and one of the world's most
I don't like to see no more.
seem to suggest that the price of the
Hey, it got blown up pretty aggressively. You just missed what I was talking about. You dropped to 36 and you look at the weekly candle, they swallowed all that up, man. I mean, they love that 36,
each time
which is surprising. You would have thought that
did not
it would have maybe dribbled a little bit lower, but no. You know, the buyers are on.
Winfrey's global reputation and her success.
Got new money in the chart.
This refusal seems to stem from an underlying
Yeah, that's just super bullish, man. You see it, only to 36 and to see it get 8 up like that is
candid
very good sign.
entertainment tonight. Oprah reflected on the experience, acknowledging
I didn't see it go to 36. I don't know what the fuck that was only 2 days ago.
using her credit card to make a point.
Clear in the 40s the whole time. What the fuck?
Her decision to refrain from making a scene was a deliberate one, rooted in her understanding of the broader context of racial discrimination. Winfrey
Yeah, I think that might shook a lot of people up that were in it. That's typically what happens. You see a
do that,
10 to 15% move
but that,
over a day or two on some of these alts and just shake a lot of people free.
of course,
Very typical.
another notable incident occurred.
Well, from the dirty high, this high at like 48, it dropped to like 36, like a 20%, 20+% move, I believe.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. My math was wrong.
Decided to stop by a store that had caught
My math ain't math.
that took about 2 weeks, right?
Experience when the store's associates refused to open the door. Oprah, determined to address the situation directly, decided to take action. She
That's crazy. It felt like it's been about 2, 3 weeks now.
while two white women were seen
That's what
entering the
happens in the
store,
bull cycle,
made
man.
it
You
clear
get
to
some
Oprah
downward
that they
movement
were
for a little
facing
while.
a
It feels
racially
like freaking
motivated
decades,
challenge.
dude.
Oprah described the realization in her own words,
It
saying,
definitely does.
And
"Suddenly
to
it
me, I'm
dawns
like,
on
all
both
right,
of us.
cool. Let's get a
Oh my
big
God, I
pullback
think
out
we're
of the
having a
way
racist
and then
moment."
leave it behind in the
The
dust.
situation escalated when Oprah decided to address the issue with the store management. When she later contacted the store to complain about the treatment she and her friend received, the store's explanation for their actions was shocking and disappointing.
On the
The store
last one, we
manager
got up
revealed
to
that the reason for the
just
refusal
under
to open the door
44
was
cents,
that two black people had
43.85.
robbed the store a week
We fell
earlier.
back down to
This
34.
justification
That was a
underscored how
22%
troubling the
dip from that one last week.
highlighting the prejudiced assumptions made by the store's staff. In response to the store's offer of compensation, a just 6 days to get back up to Oprah chose to keep the sweater. This reaction was more than a rejection of a mere piece of clothing. It was a firm stand against the discrimination she had faced. Oprah's decision to forego the sweater symbolized her refusal to accept or condone the racist treatment she had experienced. According to Stedman Graham, Oprah Winfrey's journey through addiction and recovery is a poignant chapter in her life story, illustrating her vulnerability and resilience in the face of personal struggles. Her experiences with drug use and the emotional turmoil that accompanied them are deeply
we're on a repeating pattern.
Caffeine in my cup, bread is buttered up. Call my bruh, we hanging like a gut. Camo on my chucks, a chain tucker like Chris. I keep with the tips like my wisdom only in false.
of her past substance use, but a reflection of a broader struggle involving a turbulent relationship. Oprah recounted how her drug use was closely tied to her involvement with a boyfriend at the time. As revealed, her dependency on drugs was significantly influenced by her the dynamics of her romantic involvement. During this emotional segment, Oprah's candor and the tears she shed left a profound impact on viewers and guests alike. One guest of the show later reflected on the experience, describing how Oprah's vulnerability resonated deeply. The guest remarked that witnessing Oprah's admission and her visible emotional response was striking, revealing a side of the media mogul that many had not seen before. Oprah's willingness to share her struggles publicly was both brave and relatable, demonstrating that even someone of her stature had faced significant personal challenges. In a 2005 interview with Today, Oprah elaborated further on her experiences with addiction. She explained that her struggle was less about the substance itself and more about her emotional dependency on the relationship she was involved in. Oprah described herself as being more addicted to the boyfriend than to cocaine, emphasizing that the emotional turmoil and attachment played a more significant role in her struggles than the drug use itself. Oprah's decision to make this admission on television was a profound moment in her career. At that time, she was at the height of her influence and success, making her vulnerability and discussing her past drug use all the more impactful. The risk of exposing such personal information was considerable, but Oprah's openness about her struggles served as a powerful testament to her authenticity and her commitment to helping others. By sharing her story, she aimed to provide hope and encouragement to those facing similar battles, demonstrating that recovery and healing are possible even for those who have achieved great success. This is probably a secret that Oprah Winfrey never wanted you to know. In 2003, Oprah Winfrey faced a profoundly tragic loss with the death of her half-sister, Patricia Lloyd. Lloyd, who was only 43 years old at the time, circumstances surrounding her death were shrouded in uncertainty initially, as the medical examiner could not determine a definitive cause of death. However, reports later suggested that drugs might have played a role, casting a somber shadow over an already troubled family dynamic. Patricia Lloyd's death marked the end of a complex and strained relationship between her and Oprah. The relationship between the half-sisters was fraught with difficulty, partly due to past betrayals that had tainted their interactions. One significant betrayal involved Patricia attempting to sell details about Oprah's private life to tabloids. In 1990, Patricia went to a national magazine and shared personal and sensitive information about Oprah, including what Oprah referred to as her hidden shame. This betrayal was a significant breach of trust and had lasting effects on their relationship. The New York Post reported that Patricia left the magazine's offices with $19,000, a sum she received for disclosing Oprah's private matters. The pain of this betrayal was compounded by the loss of Oprah's half-brother Jeffrey, who had passed away from AIDS in 1989. Jeffrey's death was another profound loss for Oprah, adding to the series of personal tragedies that she had endured. The death of her brother and sister underscored the fragility of life and the complexities of family relationships. In addition, one particularly striking thing in Oprah Winfrey's personal life involved her father, Vernon Winfrey, and his decision to write a tell-all book about her, according to Stedman Graham. This situation reveals the complexities of Oprah's relationships with her family and highlights the pain that can arise when personal boundaries are crossed. In 2007, the New York Daily News reported that Vernon Winfrey, Oprah's estranged father, was planning to publish a tell-all book about his daughter. The announcement came as a shock to Oprah, who expressed her disappointment and dismay upon learning the news. According to Oprah, she was initially incredulous about the report. When an assistant informed her of the Daily News inquiry, Oprah's immediate reaction was one of disbelief. She thought it was impossible to inform her staff that the story
What's up, dude?
Oprah hard reached out to her
There's a giveaway
father
in announcements. I'm gonna be giving away like 100 to 10 people.
that
You don't have to send me any DMs. I had like a couple, like 5 or 6 people DM me their wallet addresses already. If you win
feelings of betrayal
the B-Foot giveaway, it's not everybody.
action as being
Yeah, just click the enter giveaway button and then you see a little announcement that says
action to her father's to write.
there should be a little announcement that's not a little announcement, a little bubble that appears on there that says you have entered successfully. Once that happens, then you're already in.
Oprah's life.
And then like a day from now, it'll pick 10 random people.
Ship had been
The bot will do it, and then after that, just send me your Solana wallet address and like the
seemed to be
basically just like your profile, I guess, on Pump.fun.
Grams.
That way you know it's linked, and then I'll send you the
Put your comment below.
and it's not your Solana address, it's your like the BFUD address on
Share and subscribe. Like it.
the BFUD address on your Solana wallet. Like people collected in the past. Like to use this one. I am going to create some sort of conversion calculator so that you know how much fun that will turn into, I guess. Although I don't owe you anything, I don't like the fact that people are like saying, what the hell, you know, you owe me or what? No. I don't owe you anything, but I'm willing to do it just for, because I'm like, yeah.
Fuck that. It was never anything anyway.
Yeah, so like I mentioned before that there was an issue with the code, like the day after I released them, so that wasn't gonna, like they were discontinued. So
let's
and there was like no money put in from anyone. So besides to me.
If you
So I don't want any remarks like that. Like, so please just keep, if you think that, keep it to yourself. But there will be, because I'm a nice guy, a little conversion where you can trade in some of your
along with some really alarming
VFUDs that are
everyone in the entertainment world
like whatever amount. Yeah, I'll have like a conversion, so I'll send you a little bit.
getting a rip
I have some of them, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not even worried about it. I don't need to do that anyway.
getting more.
Yeah, it's gonna be a small conversion. It's not gonna be a one-to-one, obviously, because there was like
Yes,
you probably one person probably owns more
been
of the old VFUDs than there is in all circulating supply of this one. Because there's only a billion
caught up
of the new VFUDs in circulating supply.
in Diddy
So
for years,
in the old one, it was 4 quadrillion.
creating an empire
So I was giving out billions at a time.
and larger than
So you probably have more VFUDs than me that
It's an
so than us. I can't do one-to-one, but I'll do like some sort of small conversion. Probably like
Diddy's
every million VFUDs is like, you know, like 10 cents or something, or 1 cent, whatever. Just something so I don't have
files
to put a lot of money.
gatherings where it
Um,
happens.
there will be some sort of conversion
Some
happening.
of these
And who knows, maybe those VFUDs that I'm giving you, that 1 cent VFUD will 1,000x in 400 years.
inspiring speeches,
So they'll make all that money.
family man,
All that
his
millions and millions of
built
dollars of 400 years.
success story, rising from
Man, I've been buying
figures.
making purchases at like I did it when we were first coming to try to whenever there was any big sell-off so that people don't feel like they're getting wrecked.
Could it
Then I also every time we're about to break under the 0.618, I've been putting a little bit to make sure that like as these bots are selling off, we're
bystander in all?
stable and we still have like a nice looking chart.
I've known a lot more letting on.
And then
Charges
little by little, I'm gonna put in funds from YouTube, and maybe I'll put in like $10 a week or $5 a week just to
operate.
have some growth in Bitcoin. And I think eventually, if the YouTube blows up and
Steve
or it just hits the algo again,
James Diddy
then we should be fine. And then we'll just get like we just have to hit 100K.
dragged into
We have to hit King of the Hill, which is at 45.
presence of some
Then 45K, which we almost hit.
lurking in
We got like 90% there before the boss started selling off.
top.
And then the next, once we get King of the Hill, then from King of the Hill to 100K is gonna be stressful. Because when you're on King of the Hill, like the whole site is like
Marjorie is already
based around you.
ties with Steve.
So, and I can't believe we got so fucking, we got 90% there, and then the fucking boss started selling off. And obviously some people in here sold off too, but I'm actually glad that people did
Lawsuits
because
could be
before, besides me, like now I own 14%. I had 10% before. Now I own 14 because I've been making little buys whenever we dip.
TV shows.
But I'm not gonna sell. But for the people that were gonna sell, they're already out. We had like
Diddy's mess.
a bunch of wallets with like 5% or 4% in them.
Hands on that.
Now we have like none.
While this
So
all the end of the
everyone only owns like 1% or less.
and more in
So I think that's healthy for the coin.
Steve's
Now that happened, and
right.
yeah. So from here on out, it's gonna be hard for people to get
Putting down red card
like
something out of romance novel.
hopefully.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes
And one thing I've been thinking about is that my account has
as it appears.
14%, and that might scare some people, like if the coin starts getting big. So what I might start doing is I might start like as the value goes up.
What I'm saying is all
If the value starts going up, I can start giving away percentages,
everything is
like a little by little, airdrops in here
of chat
to the community.
that Marjorie's
And then,
force
because technically I'm not giving away any of my money because the coin is going up a million, and that way I can redistribute the funds
the Diddy come to
into us here, and then it doesn't look as scary saying, oh, the owner owns 14%, or by that time, who knows, I might own like
spiral
15 or whatever it is, if I
where things get
keep putting in little amounts here and
there
there.
are a lot of
I was thinking about it. There has to be some sort of
could be a strategic
there has to be some sort of game feature of that website where they have some sort of
anticipating that
protocol that they do in order to simulate growth on the project, and then they rug like the bots on their full money. You know what I mean? Like there has to be some sort of predatory aspect with those coins when they come out, especially when they see money running into them, like it is for this one specifically. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just saying this is normal bullshit that you see in the market. It's just I bet you there's some sort of predatorial, even if it's not agency 5 pounds into the top one ever. There has to be
No,
some
it's
sort of, you know what I mean?
no, it's boss. Like this is something that I mentioned before. Like
Knows how to
when the
handle
coin comes out,
like this. She's been preparing for a moment like
hopefully they give me an opportunity. I didn't know this would happen, but there's an opportunity when the coin for me so like already included so that I could be one of the first buyers and so that like my buy is already listed, you know what I mean? Like it's like preset so that like as soon as it comes out I just push buy. So I ended up grabbing a large percentage of it right in the beginning, which means remember how I told you there's like a diminishing return as soon as people start buying? And I mean because everyone else started buying they're only able to grab a smaller percentage. So everyone else only had like 5%. And like there's these bots that they're buying like $1 at a time or $1 of everything, and they found that there was a lot of that going on. And there's also some people in here that I know,
stressed.
and some people that are in the Discord that sold. But like I said, buy and sell, I don't really give a fuck. Like some people in here bought and sold.
Been to work.
Some people in here actually I saw they bought and sold for a loss, and I was going back to the transaction.
Whatever the case,
Some people here bought and then sold for a loss, and then they bought again when we went back up. And I was like, why?
the feeling
Like,
and just
you know, like we had like a 20% hit, so they sold, and then we went back up another like 60% or whatever it was.
Just some people can't get away from it. It's so fascinating.
would do.
Yeah, so I was like, why, like,
Clearly,
I get the trying to make money thing, like, you know, I can't blame anyone if they put in money and then it went up and they took some out. Like, I would have preferred if they didn't, because I wanted to get to the king of the hill.
Marjorie, it's
But why do it like that? Why lose money? Like, just hold. You already bought it in, like, close, you know.
that she's been looking for a way out of marriage with.
Right, and it's kind of like a charity thing, really. Anyway, at this stage, you know what I mean? It's like a startup, like.
Think about it.
Yeah, so I don't understand why you would buy it. Like, just keep, especially since you're losing on flipping
Did
too.
herself and
So I was like, why have to hold?
and if Steve
Like doing this, just fucking hold. Like,
it's a way
I
in
could.
the course.
Well, go ahead.
If this thing actually gets listed on an exchange, right? Like,
It will if it gets to that if it gets listed on Radiate.
Not sticking around to
ideally what we're trying to do
same day.
is a charity now until we get it up to the point where we can get it listed. If it gets listed, a ton of people, people that have no clue who they are going to buy the shit out of it.
To get even,
And then, I mean, you can sell it for Heather if you want to, and it's going to be worth more.
Steve's potential.
So it's like,
Yeah, but even so, like, if you're putting in $100 or $10, like, why are you trying to like flip?
Say,
It just doesn't make any sense. It makes
Stupid, man. It's because of greed, man. People trying to turn a little bit of money into a lot of money really quickly. You'll see it everywhere. It's the disease of the market, man.
one thing I will say is that there are 50 people in this community, because I've been looking through the transactions,
in this
that purchased,
it's being
held, and then we flipped, made a second purchase. So 50 people, congrats, whoever you guys are. And they're still out there.
Steve would
So they bought the second dip. Like, because I was making like all those memes on the BTC channel, joking about like Equai and Percy buying the 0.618. But it wasn't just them. A lot of people in here bought the 0.618. So yeah, 50 people came in here.
Let me find out that some of y'all motherfuckers are better at holding BFUDs than you are utility tokens, so you can't even stay in for 5 minutes. All fucking BFUDs.
I don't expect it to go too slow. Most of the bots are gone from that initial point, like because there was so much money betting in, a bunch of bots brought it in.
We stabilized. Yeah, I think we stabilized all the bots because like they buy in when it first comes out and they sell within like an hour. So it's not like there's gonna be much more sales. There were a couple of people in here that are still selling, but their percentages are so small that when they're selling, I'm just buying whatever they sell. Like the amount of people selling now.
I might buy some now. It just seems like not even to make money, just to be part of it because I'm in the group. I was thinking about it because I don't buy shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't have no interest in top fund or any of that bullshit. But just for the community, just to have a piece of it as like a stakeholder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I might be doing like a what's the word?
I'm not saying it's wrong.
A
Story like his own.
damn it, what they called it?
To treat her like
Fund, like a donation fund, like because there's a website that you can do where like
Younger.
if you don't, if you do not reach your goal, the money goes back to everyone. If you don't reach it within like the time frame. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do more research on the website. But just so we can get it on TipCC, because if we do raise the money to get on TipCC, then I think it'll be a lot more fun because we'll be able to tip it each other in here, and then I can do airdrops. Because that's really what I wanted to do instead of a giveaway. I want to do an airdrop. But
Cool with the twin.
the airdrops don't work because I don't have it on TipCC yet. So I don't know.
And all
But it costs like $1,000 to put it on TipCC, and I honestly don't want to spend
such an important.
my own pocket fully.
Just the who felt.
Yeah, wait till it gets on CoinMarketCap legitimately, because I mean, if people are going to continue to buy it, it's probably inevitable because people on that top fund probably wait until the, you know, a certain amount of time that the project has been alive and it hasn't grown. You know what I mean?
Yes, it
is on CoinMarketCap, but it's a
Well, I know that it's a soul pair. I saw it. Yeah, but I'm saying like until it legitimizes it and
according
Get another share and it's on an exchange.
to a paddle.
Yeah, like I think once it gets on Radeon or whatever it is, that's the one. That's the one that the top one puts it on.
Took photos of the
I think once it gets there, it blows up really quickly. It goes from 100K to like
cuts on his leg.
$500,000 fairly quickly. Because I've been looking at all the coins on that, and almost none of the coins on Radeon are 100K market cap. They're all like above, so that's pretty good. Except for the dead projects. There's a lot of them that get on
Grooming
Radeon, and then the fucking owners dump, and then they go to zero. But those get removed, so.
Lori. According to Kat,
You put it on TipCC, you go into different discords, and you randomly tip it out. And people start realizing that it's there and looking it up, and it starts trending.
and he saw
Because people are like,
It's
what is this?
$1,000, dude. It's $1,000 for them. Like I don't wanna.
to Kat, Diddy was
Like if it's
$1,000 plus whatever you tip out, damn it. It's gonna be more than that. But it's only $1,000.
it probably didn't
So I mean at this point
somewhat friendly.
there's like
A lot.
it's doable. You can make a fund. You could have. I mean, I probably have $300-400 in tips
Instagram.
that people have given me on a wallet. You could have set up a separate B account that said
Person in
all tips that go to this account will be used for
and mid
TipCC, and
he was true.
everybody would have given you some XLM and some Doge, and you would have been there.
Have
speaking of TipCC, everybody was sending me dubs onto my account. So that I guess that was my TipCC account. Everybody was sending me dubs on my account during this bear market.
how should
I checked, and now it's worth $150, dude.
show
Yeah, dude, I have like a $300-400 wallet on here just with XLM that people have given me.
amid all this
What the heck, dude?
detail caught the eye.
I tipped out after that and became the 10th top. I'm sorry, now the 9th top tipper in the room because
Nailed
Strings was only $6 away, so I said, fuck it,
because
I'll overtake Strings.
Cassie had
like a year ago, I stopped
nails
entering the airdrops just because I was like, man, I should let other people get it,
that Lori
and I just don't collect airdrops anymore at all.
I never collected them except for I pressed one by accident, but I never collect them when it's Luke because it was meant to be like something for like
So
me and Luke agreed on it would be for the community. But I was thinking, man, if I had accepted all that dubs, like what would it have become in the bull market? Like it's crazy how the bull market works like that, man.
isn't just a
I collect it from Luke, but only because I'm responsible for most of the trading volume that he gets on Finance.
with
Tell
the
me that
darker
she love me, she don't even lie. I'ma give her the world, man. I don't need to try.
but it
Told her hit my
Bullshit
phone if she ever need a guy. Nah, I know she with me cause I
swirling
hit her when I'm
that
finna ride.
same preference for young Miami
But yeah, if you guys want, we can do that. I can set up the
whenever she was with him.
TipCC back where
Led to wild speculation
jealous there.
caught up in Diddy's escapades as well.
Goes towards
Talk about Steve.
the TipCC.
While he wasn't the one
to pay for.
following,
But
to note that Lori dated
yeah, I've been making a bunch of memes. I've been making a bunch of like promo art for BFUD, and I've been putting it in the BFUD channel. I made some funny memes.
history
Those short videos that you made from Bad Moments.
protect her.
Yeah, I don't want to just make them like hyper chill. I've been making a lot of those making fun of the BFUDs too.
Eve not,
Because I also don't want the.
but he alleged
I want to have it held down.
Diddy the first.
But one of them that I made was fucking,
According to
like actually true. Like
didn't just stand on
it was like when you POV, you just told everyone that BFUD is going to be a pee pee poo poo coin that no one should buy it, and then everyone's reaction like I was really surprised when people told
That
that.
dude slammed his credit card.
he was involved. He's
I was surprised so many people put in money on it. I was like, what the fuck?
However, as
And I was expecting it would just be like $1,000 market cap because of me,
held to speak,
but I can't believe it went to fucking 30,000 in like 2 hours. That's crazy.
crashing around him. As for Marjorie,
Yeah, there's just that one wallet that I don't know who it is.
if she's
I think I got a good wallet. And there's only
before his connection
now there's only
to light,
me at 14, someone I don't know if people are comfortable with me saying their name, but someone at 6, then I have someone at 1.8%, and then every other wallet is less than 1%.
but here's the catch. Marjorie might not be as innocent as she appears. People are starting to question her
You know who is
especially
five?
given her past
I
association
know who is 3, 4,
ties to some
6,
Did you
7.
check the updated list? Because it changed. A lot of people sold off.
other calculus.
I can see their address, like their ID,
Yeah.
on that fund, so I know like basically their signature, and then I know who Coley is. She's a little bit further down, but I know everybody in the top 8, I think, except for
and secure her financial
number 5.
There's still some people that are going to buy
Steve's name
that have
bragged it
told me to that like because they're on break right now for Thanksgiving, and they told me like
no street
for me not to wait for them, for me just to do it, but that they're gonna like they want to throw some money into when it goes. So
characters.
we're gonna wait for them for like next week, I guess. So I just don't want people also to like
Or
stress too much about like
Then the picture
the market cap and making it successful and shit. Just let it exist in the background, you know?
Right.
Just let it. Like that's what it's supposed to be, like a fun little companion to the Discord and the YouTube. Like it's not like
life.
the coin that's gonna change your life and make you rich.
Jet
Like it'd be nice if the coin does well, especially since everyone bought it so early.
before she became
But
this is
just don't think of it that way, and then there's no disappointment.
serious trouble
They just like as being a stakeholder early on, you know.
in illegal activities. And their connection
Early.
Oh, this bitch.
mark on her reputation.
I'm gonna throw a big bag in here.
Who was a key
And then when they can't take it out,
organization.
I'm gonna fucking
Sentence.
curse B.
Marjorie was never
God damn it, babe. You did it one way. You said this coin was the future. It was the one coin that was gonna make it.
admitted. Some even claim that
People are gonna cry no matter what, dude. I wish I could have smacked some of the people around over bitching at you over shit that was out of your control, because that's unfair, man. People are
20
scummy for that.
for being pardoned.
Yeah, like the previous B-Fuzz, this one is different. This is B-Fuzz, but the previous one, the first one that was done on the Matic blockchain, B-Fuzz, like I found out early on that I fucked up on the code,
And bystander.
and when I was, because it's not like pump that fun where you do it like that. Like I actually coded it.
5 years
Like I had to go and copy the code from somewhere and then customize it to try to make it work for me.
he was
But I fucked it up.
time.
So
Then you have the
it stopped working for some reason.
who hopped on a
And
yesterday.
like like I'm trying my best. That's all I can say. I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm not like a pro. I'm not a whiz. I don't like know all this stuff.
Connections to illegal activities. Woods ended up
Just be a little forgiving.
too, adding yet another.
It's just for fun anyway, man. It's not like anything serious. People take shit way too seriously. Like you said, they're trying to get rich off this shit. It's crazy, man. That's like
Men who
cuckoo for Cocoa Puff shit.
and narrow.
Yeah.
So,
Like I'm just doing it for fun.
situation with Steve Harvey, it's hard not to look back
With that said, though,
at history and question whether her
when we were popping and we were like 90% away from King of the Hill,
could it be
I was thinking like, God damn,
aligning
this bag is gonna be fucking beefy.
fast lane and then exit when things start
That shit went up like the bot. When you get picked up, I've never experienced that.
as
When you get caught by the algorithm like that, it is nuts.
judges.
Like it was mind blowing.
Marjorie
But it's just as quick as you get picked up, you also get fucking dropped.
and the time
Nobody stays in the algo forever.
right after Diddy's arrest only adds more.
It's just it was very exciting.
Let's
Where's it at now? Did it drop all the way back down?
has been linked.
No, it dropped down,
Go.
but it actually only went down 50%. So it did like 50% retracement. It's at
With Diddy
17,000
went wild.
market cap. It went up all the way to 32,
Corey was in her
and now it's back down.
spotted hanging out with Diddy.
Gotcha.
Free of
So
God.
that's pretty good. That's a normal retracement, I think.
It was
I was expecting a 90% retrace back then.
previously
But
linked to Diddy's
yeah.
Justin Combs. That's right. Lori was rumored to have dated both father and son at different times.
But luckily, we have a lot of people in here that didn't sell,
People wondering
or didn't sell all of it. So we have a
But here's where
pretty good
things get really intriguing.
I'm waiting for some items on Soul and staking that I unstaked
See over the
part of it, so
I
I'm
would
just waiting for
recommend
Dawn.
Amex.
for those people that are
Suggest
there's one that I heard
encourage the relation.
saying they were gonna sell when we get to 100K and we get listed on the other exchange.
Marjorie Harvey.
I would recommend waiting because it'll hurt the coin overall if everyone has the same idea and as soon as we get listed, everyone starts selling off. One, it doesn't make sense if you're really trying to like push
Did
it,
Marjorie really know?
and two, it would hurt the community and the coin.
Ignore
So,
Like
these conspiracies
every person that's developed the coin has written in their white papers
that never
guidelines for when they're going to sell
easy to
and
find
ignore them.
Harvey and speculate involved
yeah.
Diddy's wild part.
Well,
Marjorie's past choices don't exactly
No,
like.
I already said I might sell like 1% or something like that when we get to the of what I own.
Mean she was
To
happening behind doors.
the what's it called? Like when we're getting close to the end of the bear, like the bull cycle, I might sell a little bit. But when I do, it's only gonna be when we're pumping.
That Marjorie
Like I'm not gonna sell at the top. I'm gonna sell during
less about
like full
from
push so that it doesn't lower the.
about
I'm basically just
own rep.
giving my.
you got to create those bullish pushes. So you probably have an enormous amount, right, a percentage of the coin. You should be selling the whole way up to create those selling levels. Like you should pick a spot
Like she's
and use 2% to hold it down there. People have to
when in
fight to get across it.
could have been just as
Wait, did people put more than $1,000 in this shit? Is there people that put more than 1,000?
things either.
Personally, I did.
You did?
Yeah, you gotta dictate the structure of it because you have to control the coin. If you sit there and do nothing, people will keep buying, they won't sell, price will skyrocket up, but it won't necessarily be enough liquidity to sell.
Significant chunk of Steve's
Dude, if you put $1,000, so wait, you said you did put $1,000.
Yeah,
men who end up in trouble.
Dude, if that thing gets to $100,000, that $1,000 is gonna be probably close to $10,000.
yeah, and I'm not gonna sell like $10,000. That's not like
I sent shock
Yes.
and the app these to personal
$10,000. I mean, if it's $10,000 I'm selling and I own 10%, as I'm selling, the value goes down. So realistically, I can only get like $6 on top of $10,000. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm only selling off.
That's your boy. That's your boy. That's your boy, really.
That wouldn't even be that big a deal, right?
But everything you said, I heard of another sure.
Really, maybe the temptation will be there where like, holy fuck,
troubles could potentially bring even more
I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Diddy could face if convicted.
No, I be scared of when I be scared of now. Please, I got one up.
The reaction of prison could
If I like to say, hey, oh, who is this?
like I don't own that much of it, so don't worry about it. I own 10%. The most that can happen is that the value goes down by 10%.
But it's not just Diddy's future that's at stake. As his legal troubles unfold, we're likely to see a ripple effect impacting everyone connected to him over the years.
But, like I said, be safe, be careful, don't trust anyone, but
Fallout from
if you are gonna, I've tried my best to be as trustworthy as possible, and there's not really a reason I would fucking dump it.
more details about his case come to light.
And my wallet is visible. All my transactions are visible. You can just go there. It says on my account, it says dev account. It has how much I hold, every single transaction I've made. And the only one the only time I've ever gone down in coins, you'll see there is when I transferred 100 BFUD to test to make sure that I can do this giveaway. The 100 BFUD giveaway. I sent it to Cole.
Legal drama unfolds, we can expect
Yeah,
in
I might have messed that up. It doesn't matter.
and Harvey come out of this deeper into Diddy aim to shield herself.
Only if you win.
And what
Only
about
if you win.
how much did she really know about Diddy's lifestyle during their time together? And what does this mean for her future? We'd love to hear your thoughts.
You're not gonna lose, Sammy.
Do you think there's more to this story than we realize?
10 people are gonna win, so.
And we'll see you next time.
Yeah. So you go to pump
Family
fun.
has
You might. I'm not sure if you need to. You might have to buy like 1 penny's worth of
cultural combined
Need them all.
full of that the era of Kardashian
You're robotic with
Like,
that.
boy.
eyes of the Kardashians. It's hard to Kardashians infiltrated our collective consciousness. Perhaps there was a simpler time, but it now feels distant and nostalgic, like a dream half remembered. Who could have imagined a time when every move was lines or so speculation? Tales of their lives. Your fact that Kim has reportedly left makeup instructions for her future.
You used to say on my email what my balance was worth on USD.
Strange and intimate
Like at the current time, but it doesn't make any
fabric of our everyday lives. The Kardashians don't just exist in the public sphere. In our minds, corrupted by Kardashians live. Khloe Kardashian
I mean, yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that.
on the left side of her face,
Can you hear me now?
and even genuine debate on social media.
No, it's good.
Influence.
Okay. So, like I said, I don't know if you guys
They
get BFUD wallet address without buying a penny's worth of BFUD. If you do need to buy a penny's worth of BFUD, I'll send you a penny so you can buy it. Alright?
But while the Kardashians
I just don't know how it works since it's like a small market cap coin. Normally with other coins, you can just add the wallet address even if you don't own
a term
that coin.
individuals fall
But I don't know about this one since
environmental
it's one, very new, and two, very low market cap.
practices,
And it's not on like a major exchange.
environmental impact.
So if you do need to buy a penny, I'll send you a penny.
Jenner's Kylie Cosmetics, which has been criticized
Hey, do you have the Phantom Wallet app?
in terms of sustainability.
Yeah, that's how I've been doing it. I use the Phantom Wallet app, and then I go on pump.fun and click connect wallet, and that's how I sign into pump.fun through the Phantom
Yeah,
Wallet.
so
Remote
I don't know how to.
Focus.
For some reason, it doesn't show my balance
tool
anymore.
It
Like,
shows your balance. Okay, so if you go into your
in recent years
if you I put it in the BIFA chat yesterday.
where
So there's a way that you can see your balance on pump.fun, like the amount, like the value that it holds.
of unattained
But it doesn't show on the Phantom wallet anymore because one, our coin is too new, and two, the market cap is too small.
pronounced
Only after when the market cap was above 20K.
authenticity of altered reality.
Yeah,
yeah, because it used to show it more timely too, and it doesn't anymore.
Series of
yeah, it's because the market cap is too small, I think.
partnerships that have called
But if you try to sell, you will get the funds back on pump.fun. So it's not like and it shows you how much your balance is on pump.fun. So it's not like the coins lost their value. It's just that these
than ever before.
I think they use
Have not
coin tracker or whatever
to chip
like the data resource that they use to collect the data. It just isn't monitoring BFUDs because BFUDs the market cap is too small.
Kardashians
So it's just not on their radar, you know?
first.
Not updated.
Kardashians have long been at the forefront.
Like if you go to the Phantom wallet, it says on the Phantom wallet like price data currently unavailable.
That transcends mere celebrity. They have
But
the
the price data is still on Pump.com. It's just not on like whatever.
untouchable.
Oh, you know where you can see the price data?
Cement
On the what is it? The Solana Explorer or whatever it's called, the Solana track, Sol something.
level of
It's like the Solana blockchain navigator.
their partnership,
You can see the value of it there.
duration of their
Full scan. Yeah.
Full
I,
scan, there you go.
UTK.
yeah, I can still do that. It's just it used to say like right on my wallet like how much everything was worth in USD.
It's because the value of the total value of the coin, the market cap is too small. It's not being tracked.
Evidence
I'm sure whatever
have been with the
resource they use to track them has like a minimum amount of market cap.
media discussions and pop culture critics have all pointed to a lack of excitement surrounding.
Yeah, probably.
Gone are the days when the
God, you know, y'all better follow my trades, man. I've been hot this week. I've been hot.
at the
I saw you made $2,000 on that one trade.
Shit, I missed that core when I beat. I swear to God, I took 10K profit on core, and then it ran up, beat my target way faster than I thought, and I could have had at least 60K within 12 hours later. I'm so mad. So mad. It's okay. It's okay. Then I shorted it on the way down. Made 7K on the short, so I'm very happy. Very happy. And then I longed Mew last night on a whim on Forex with like 7K. Just said, fuck it. I think it looks fine. Why not? You know, woke up with a little 14K profit. Not 14, sorry, 1,400 profit. Not even gonna let it ride. Just, you know, take it. I don't care. Whatever. But
I know they talking.
it's like Santa came early.
I don't hear 'em though. They wanna
Seen the
tell me
charts,
what I can
seen
do.
them right.
I got that fire, keep it lit like a
Low
can,
leverage,
like a can.
okay.
I toughened up and now there's nothing that I can't do.
I might just
Now
throw
I
in
got
a
grip,
couple,
yeah, I got a hand, got a hand. Get that
but
Betty, get that money, money. I ain't out here looking for a scandal. I'm ready to assume the mantle. Hungry, never thirsty, get a drive a sim, yeah. Keep going, I ain't stopping for nobody. Nobody's need to get a job or a hobby. Why you worry about me? Why you worry? Just cause you on my timeline don't mean you get time from me. Hey, 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 hey. Naysayers only mad hate. Don't make the world go round and can make your friends trade. I'm just doing my thing, I don't need any favors. Yeah, I go hard for mine, work so hard for mine, I work hard for mine. I can't take it from me, it's mine, oh mine, oh yeah, that's right, it's mine, oh mine, oh yeah. I work hard for mine, so it's mine, oh mine, oh yeah.
headphone.
That it passed.
What? What happened?
Advocacy.
What happened with XRP?
I think that,
Get that moolah, get that money, get that yen. I've been out here working where you been. We got the same 24, what you hating for? See me doing good, why you mad though? When you see me doing better than I was when we together, you gon' wish that we were cool, but you had to be a hater. You just had to be a hater. Now you're showing fake love to me. How you do it? Like you was always there for me. Hey, 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 hey. Naysayers only mad haters, money make the world go round and can make your friends traders. Keep doing your thing, I don't need any favors.
What do you guys think of this?
I go hard for mine, work
I had to take it way
so
before.
hard for mine, work. I work hard for mine, I can't take it from me. It's mine, oh mine, oh yeah, that's right. It's mine, oh mine, oh mine. I work hard for mine, so it's mine, oh mine, oh yeah, that's right.
Don't ever charge anyone for being in here, to be in here, or anything like that. But like for cosmetics in the Discord, like cosmetic stuff, I was thinking like charging like $1 to like pick your color, you know, like if you want to be a different color other than the mod color. So I was thinking of that, and maybe that's the way I can raise
Everything I do it like a boss.
It'd be like just a one-time purchase.
Whatever you need, you know I got it. Always
But,
double up and
that'd be a
never
way
take
that I
a
can
loss.
charge no one, 'cause
Get
it's
your
not
hustle on, it's all about the profit. Yeah, yeah.
And
That on me, that's that pack, that's OG, that's that sack, 2 or 3 G's, that's that gas, never on E. Look at my neck, look at my wrist, look at my chick, they all don't freeze. Look at my whips, look at my fits, look at my kicks, they all 2 threes. It be different in the south, it be different in the south. Everybody got dreads in their head with their gold in their mouth. Everybody swinging around the corner looking like they laying on the couch. Wood grain on the grill, grown man on the real. Everything I do is like a boss. Whatever you need, you know I got it. Always double up and never take a loss. Put your hustle on, it's all about the profit. Yeah, yeah. Everything I do is like a boss. Whatever you need, you know I got it. Always double up and never take a loss. Put your hustle on, it's all about the profit. Yeah, yeah.
If you don't like it,
Grind, like blue faces on my
that's
rolling
the
diamonds,
reason why I'm bringing it up, so I can get input.
grind, hustle, hustle. I be getting it all the time. Bad ones on my line. Yeah, they more than dimes. I see dollar signs. She see dollar signs, but she not getting mine. She can stand in line. I'm just wasting time. Get some facing time, then I replacing time. I got models in my section. They all got a bottle. These are my confessions. After parties at the West. I need her and her and her and bring your best. Everything I do is like a boss. Whatever you need, you know I got it. Always double up and never take a loss. Get your hustle on, it's all about the profit. Everything I do is like a boss. Whatever you need, you know I got it. Always double up and never take a loss. Get your hustle on, it's all about the profit. Yeah, yeah.
Have growth in the coin and stabilize it.
But your husband.
So if
Huh?
you guys want, I can do that.
So to confirm, she
Football is
wasn't raped by her father. She was molested.
That's
I'm
why I
doing
want to talk about it. Sorry, I've been. If I
huh?
have talking about it
Just
more,
check.
I'm a shooting star
I am.
living my life.
Oh, we got it.
Because we've been talking about it for fucking years. So.
It's like shooting stars flying through the sky. I'm a shooting star living my life. Living my life.
So Bitcoin price action, what's going on?
Right.
Kick up my feet and get to breaking down the depth bag. Unscrew the cap off of the deck and get to
Wait, oh, y'all playing another Ohio team. Daddy.
drastic, known to keep it coming like an avalanche.
Deal with me now to clear it up.
Known to slap like a Cadillac. Black flag battle rap for all you ants. Grab a belt, there ain't no way you cats can fit these pants. I'm number one, you number nothing. What you say to that? I'm not a gangster, but I'm known to shoot a thing or two. I busted with the kick her out, now she kissing you. Your girl or mine, man, I can't decide between the two. Multiple choice like I'm shooting back in high school. You think you know me because really I ain't changed around. The only difference is the money in my bank account. When you see me at a show, my bitches love me now. I'll turn your town upside down when I come around. Shooting stars flying through the sky. I'm a shooting star living my life. Living my life. It's like shooting stars flying through the sky. I'm a shooting star living my life. Living my life.
Yeah, well,
It's like shooting stars flying through the sky. I'm a shooting star living my life. Living my life. It's like shooting stars flying through the sky. I'm a shooting star living my life.
so Booney ain't good. Anywhere you go, everybody get a photo taken with that. Yeah, York. Yeah, yeah, York. Yeah, York. Ooh, just glad to be down south.
Because I'm trying to help him, asshole.
What's up to say? That.
You wanna fuck me too?
Oh, here. Yeah.
I'm a shooting star living my life.
Yeah.
It's like shooting stars flying through
Almost.
the sky. I'm a shooting star living my life.
Yeah, you for York.
Tell me how you keep it cool. I wouldn't sweat them if their raps were a steam room. They getting mad, television gonna play me soon. See me on the stage, mama, look what I can do. Punchlines keep on flying like a witch's broom. Send your phonies back home, get the clicking shoes. I'm the wizard round these parts, ain't you heard the news? You online, I seen you now when I'm walking through. Cut your mind, something sorta like a panther do. Then I'll take your ears like that Tyson do. If you want, we can try to go to round two. Then I'll use whatever's left as my shooting crew. Shooting stars flying through the sky. I'm a shooting star living my life. It's like shooting stars flying through the sky. I'm a shooting star living my life. I'm a shooting star living my life.
Ain't kind of shit out there. Yo, yeah, that's it, nigga. You gonna yeah, don't support those things, nigga. Yeah, listen, you go to the wrong side, you gonna get out there.
Next time I see you, I'm gonna leave you
Go
where
out
the
out there
fuck
to
I
oil well.
find you. How about that? Okay, I'm right
Like,
here. Yeah, but
it's
she supposed to
about
be so
that,
great.
I want to feel like that. Well,
She supposed to be
look up
helping
there and
Legina,
find
but
they
they
still
lie
snap.
about. I am helping
Got
Legina.
a fight
Tell her
that.
why are you bringing up
That's
Legina?
it.
You don't know fucking Legina.
Right middle now.
Of course somebody's gonna bring up Legina because you said that you were bringing Legina with you because she was being sex trafficked and that
The back end, another one. Brothers and all that shit out there. That's the back end. You know, that's 16. You don't right on the outside. Yeah. It's big fields out.
why are you coming at me like this talking about you better
Seems like
bring
it's
my
close.
name? You know, it's cool and pleasant but you know,
All
it's
about
definitely not
first,
uplifting as
shit.
now.
You go down like this there.
And then you are, you know,
Boom, you go down like back down there, left,
yes, of
but
course, you
on
know,
the
there's
left.
some pussy, but
Once you got there,
and you're
I
clearly
take it Edward Bailey and then never turn. Then sit on Edward Bailey. Sit on the freeway. Don't take right shit. Like, man, you didn't even know all this shit back. It's a whole other time I'm going there. Yeah, you get out the deep. It's like, so, Bailey, back. High Avenue. Bring it here. Yeah, like, we kick this in. They don't want to be out here. Yeah, yeah.
They drive past y'all corner local black car. They got a ride. They got a ride through.
Only one gas.
Ride through. Park there.
They just make like one gas. Go shit. You gotta check the old. Right? Well, this whole trip at night. And sundown. Same track. Once you pass by, so stop. Pink gas. Like, don't stop at night. You hear me? Oh man.
Now she admitted on King Payne's show and on Sean
He
Diddy's show
come down that nerve like
that she did
came
have sex
from
with her
Park
father,
Road.
and it was true. So I want you to
No
listen to
past
my
fast gas like
husband's lie.
house. Yeah.
He's the one
You
that
ain't gonna see
told
another one
that
to
whole
get
fight
the
about
fast.
stealing the
You
house.
know, I
I
don't
guess
stop
because
there.
his
That's
dad
great.
died and she let him come back so they could keep getting high together.
Like,
Even my husband
Your
can't live without
husband
me.
was
And what's funny
begging.
is,
Right
what's
through.
funny
Right,
is,
right.
yeah.
With a brother.
Jackie
y'all
Jackson.
be sitting here
Let's
talking
talk
shit
Don't
about me
let's
don't
talk
they
you
hear?
and
know.
choosing not to acknowledge my husband.
Hold on 1 second.
It is.
Dirt
I
to
need
be
to
the
go back
first
onto
time
this
for the
clip.
food. Drive. Yeah. Drive. So, boom. First time. So,
You got a pathological liar that blows up cars
wait was twice. Everybody.
and an impersonator. And the girl that he's saying,
Boom.
Barbara, her name ain't
Boom.
Barbara, her name is Nikki. My husband said that earlier. It's
Hey,
the same
sweet,
girl that
sweet. Hey,
had
baby.
sex with her
Hey,
father.
drive
Back
by
to
there.
that.
You know, probably 3 4 years before. Next, you know, bro. Very.
Okay, now hold on. I'ma pause it. Alright, so
Yeah, lady
This
who
Asian
food
chick
company,
that you got a
door
picture
that
from an
grab.
800 house
So I'm green.
is asking
What did they
that man that I'm married to
door?
whether or not it's true about this
Oh,
whole diamond situation that you guys are building
why do
this
it?
stuff. Now she admitted on King
It's
Payne's
right there.
show and on Sean Kingston's show that she did have sex with her father, that it was true. So I want you to
They
listen
just
to my
did
husband's
it. Man,
live.
ain't no people my
Right,
name.
right. She said that
Right, the right.
she admitted that she did
Got
have
it.
intercourse with her father.
Pull up.
Yes.
They they
Now the
there.
topic we
Talk
didn't say
to me. Right.
is
So, what she said?
a child
He
cannot
said, "What's
have
the dude's name?"
intercourse with their father. She was that's like that's saying like, that will actually be FA. That would be sexual violence.
They
Anything towards
they try to
sexual
do you. You know what
contact
I'm saying?
between a father and a
Have
daughter
you know
is
they did.
sexual.
He said
A child
that
cannot
was
consent.
girl.
You just said
But
like, oh, she
so
had
that
sex, like intercourse with her father, like
dog,
you ran over it, like it
They
was
took it to
consensual,
the
he
like
video.
what
wasn't
you're trying to
really. I
imply, like it was
was
consensual. There's no, you can't, a child cannot consent. So in that way, reword it. She was sexually assaulted, sexually violated by her father. Okay, so watch how she phrases certain things to act like she was like She also did the same thing I think with Naisha, acting like somebody consented to it or went along with it or willingly wanted to do certain things with somebody
Yeah.
that
Dang.
should not have done anything with them at all because it's inappropriate and it's illegal and it's a complete violation by force or
That's more than
non-consensual.
it.
Because
Hey,
he's the one that told me they got into a fight about it and she threw him out. I guess because he get
wow.
cash apps again, she let him
Wow.
come back to
Any,
yeah, how they call it. Even my husband can't move without me. And what's funny is, while y'all busy sitting here talking shit about me, y'all are choosing not to acknowledge my husband and the bitch with herpes that he's fucking that loves sucking her father's dick is clout chasing on me. So my question is the Harris House is the Playboy Mansion of Atlanta.
Yeah, okay, I am the man, yeah,
Oh,
you do what you can,
Okay,
yeah,
this clip right here,
I
she's
get to
talking
money in
about
bands, I
T.I.
do
and
what you
tying
can, yeah,
T.I. and
I am the
tying
man,
that
yeah,
that
I stick to the
So what I'm
plan,
gonna
yeah,
do is actually
get
what
to
now
the
you
I'm
dollars
gonna
and
do a live
bands,
I have
blow money
coming
like
up
fans, yeah,
for
okay, you do
tomorrow.
what you can,
black girl
I
don't get
do what you
jealous.
can,
It don't
yeah,
get
yeah,
don't
you do what you
cloud.
can,
Don't
I do what you can,
them
yeah,
kind of black
I
girls
get to
feel
money,
like
you
I
do
know
what you
oh,
can,
for
I
those
do
who
what
are
you
we're out
waiting
can,
on
here.
this live.
yeah, yeah, you do what you can, I do
Uh,
what you can, yeah, yeah, I'm high on the
And
wake
all
up,
uh,
these women
but I
were
still
not
bake up.
underage. These women were grown.
Smoking the bad claim, yeah, I'm high on the
we
AM,
know
Y'all
we
yeah,
know what
okay.
they was
All
are
doing
that
in
you want is the
2004?
fame, yeah, but you ain't that, use a lane. Never bought me no
big
chain,
up.
yeah, but
Just
this money sweet sugar like cane, okay. I just
So
be
she
eating like Pac-Man,
says right
right through the street
here,
like I'm Batman.
stop.
Pockets got me looking fat, man.
none of these
Face
There's
lavish,
women,
no
I guess, were
hey,
backhand, yeah. Send the
underage
money
let's
to
go.
an
to
ant, man.
adults.
Send the bag, I get cash, yeah. Big
So
commas,
that's
I
how you
get
make
that.
amends. But
I'm
then
on the
she
top
go
of you
back to
been
making
last.
her
I am the
part.
man, yeah.
Let me
You
go
do
back
what you
one
can,
time.
yeah. Said
Uh,
I get to money
uh,
in bands,
Now,
I do what you can, yeah. Said I am the man, yeah. I stick to the
Wait,
plan, yeah. Said get to the dollars and bands,
well,
blow money like
He's fucking
fans,
that
yeah.
love sucking
Okay,
her
you do what
father's
you
dick.
can, I do what you can, yeah, yeah. You do what you can, I do what you can, yeah. I get to
Dude,
money and do what you can,
real.
I do what you
ain't
can,
they
Real.
can't
yeah,
see it?
yeah. You do
That
Even
what
kind
you
of
my
bullshit.
can,
husband
I do what
can't
you
move
can,
without me.
It's
And what's
Hey,
funny is,
right. That's just let that in.
while y'all busy
no
sitting
real.
here talking shit about me,
Yeah.
y'all are cheating not to acknowledge my
I had
husband
Right.
and the bitch with herpes that he's
at
fucking
the
that
part.
loves sucking her father's dick.
so right here, she says,
It's
Is
the
the
Brian
woman that
said
admits
about that
having intercourse with love,
one about there.
love.
They poorhouse. Out why? Ain't
Again,
I
we
am the
know
man,
that
yeah. You do
Nikki
what
it
you can,
play
yeah.
can't
was
Said I get to
sexually
money in
abused
do
by her
bands, I do
father
what you
as a
can, yeah.
child.
Said I am the man, yeah. I
I'm
stick to the
gonna
And
water
plan,
then
yeah.
to the
Said
she
storm.
get to the
overlooked
dollars and
it.
bands, blow
Like
money
Everybody
like
wanna find
fans,
everybody
yeah.
coming.
her
Okay,
They
you
father
do
just
didn't
what
want
you
to
can,
violate
save.
her.
I
He
do what
didn't
you
You
can,
get under the
yeah,
poorhouse.
yeah.
didn't
You do
So
what you
you put
can,
the
I
car.
do what
Yep.
you can, yeah. I
each other, even all the way this way down to Portland and all that shit,
Again, this is a
Southington and
weaponized
all that
victim.
shit.
This is something that she knows is
They
traumatic and
took away the
triggering for
food
Nikki,
and everything.
and weaponizing it to be
This side is
sadistic
tired of
towards her and trigger her on
house,
purpose. And she's gonna actually admit it later
riverbank,
on to actually
other
trigger
side,
people
boat.
out there intentionally. And she says she's gonna say, I
Back
hope I'm triggering people. I
up
hope I am. Okay, so again, this is not a true
and the river down low for
antagonist
you. You gotta go down
response.
Pack Park Hill like this to get down to the water. The water down. It's house it.
So my question
Yeah,
is,
it's down. Like but hard, but
the Harris house
they
is the Playboy Mansion of
pretty
Atlanta,
sure the house on this side too got the same basement.
and all of these
Basement,
women were
basement,
underage. These women were grown.
But
basement,
she says,
to the basement, down
the
the basement.
Harris homes was a
Other
Playboy
food
mansion of
down
Atlanta.
tunnel
The
or the
women
house
were all
this side, other side of Pony,
grown. They were not
turning
underage.
all that
Now,
shit. Why they knocked
you
all the
gotta
roof part,
understand
same
that
part
it
side.
doesn't
That's why they
matter
knocked all
what
that shit.
age someone is,
No house
that
side
they can be
three
assaulted and taken advantage of and groomed.
shit. Like
There are
back
people
part
that are actually elderly that are
or
actually in
back
retirement homes
part.
or nursing homes, or
That
I would say like nursing homes, that
that
people
field
go in there and
three out
assault someone that's
part
elderly,
two.
somebody that's elderly.
That's
So
they
this type of
they
stuff does not have an age
they
limit or
paradise.
a certain
They
age to it. It can happen to
in
anyone at any age.
river. It's hot.
Yeah.
It's big.
And to
It's
be an
hot
SE
place.
advocate, you should have certain knowledge or
All
certain
the way to
facts
fuck up
that you
here.
can
So this is what I'm
stand
telling
on,
you.
instead of being out here
It's
being ridiculous.
terms of
So you gotta
endearment is
put it
way
out there
smaller
to
than
the
we think it is.
atmosphere environment
There's only so many places
that
to go.
if you are an
As a kid, I
adult,
used to
you can't come
from the
on
womb.
here and say anything about you being assaulted or
Always
anything else because
did
like you should know better because you're not underage.
have
Okay,
help
so yeah.
part of the route.
Did they not know what they was getting
I'm the
themselves
wrong one
into?
to bet against now that I'm in my element.
One of
JP,
the
I'm
hideouts.
better in this
Right?
whatever, man, I'm
It's
crushing them.
about black
Set
people
Jack, Queen, King, Ace, straight
So,
uh,
flushing them. Royally,
born
I
this
give
on
her the
the
crown, no
they
avoiding it.
so,
Mad
so,
trains of thought, got you
how did
bored in
it
it.
get
Red, green,
from
blue, silver, orange shit.
Amari
Put the
and
whole
we get
to
every
city on
Amari,
every
blast,
race
I'm
down
going
and
here.
in. Knowing I'ma shine
nobody
like
talk about
Sheen,
it
man,
at
I'm
all.
gonna win. Punishing anyone
But
that's trying
You
to
know
stop
about it.
how do
production,
you
I'm
Uh,
cutting them.
get somebody
Leave
to
them on the
drop a
Lord's
lie
editing
on
floor.
you
No
and it's
director's
true
edition, you'll be missing
until everything
forevermore.
is
Mission is
exposed?
on course,
And
objective is on
now
course. World
Atlanta Health
tours,
Crisis.
American
I
Music
also
Grammy
find it
Awards. The
interesting
dreams are so
that
close, I can hear the applause.
Also, as
Wake
an
up in the
essay
morning, put my
advocate, you
game
have to
face on. The main
understand that you
event, the
cannot
man in
tell
the
people
mirror, and me.
anything
Let's get
based
it on.
on.
I'm a punch, I'm a kick,
Now, I'm not
I'm a
gonna
fight,
say
I'm a
like
brawl through it
specifics,
all.
like in this case. I'm just giving a
I've been
general
down, been out in the gutter at the bottom of the barrel,
guideline.
but I'm
Okay,
over
but
the
in
hurdles through the
general, you
obstacles,
cannot
and
tell
anyone who said
victims
it was
that it's not
impossible. I'm
forward. They can come
going big
forward
for
when
my
they feel
family and
like
the
it,
love
when
for
they
my
feel like
crucial.
it's
This I promise you, we.
for themselves.
I measure out the
When they
bar,
feel
square
like
and
it's the
compass
right
like a
time to
mason.
present. You cannot tell
Sacrifice of
people
rappers,
when
black magic in the
people never
basement.
come
I'm
forward because
cannibal
they're
like
trying
Hannibal,
to
rocking
never
mics
get to
like
that
faces.
point.
A nice Chianti and
Which
some
brings
fava
me
beans
to
that
the
sounded tasty.
position.
The industry's a bakery, cause all I see is
I'm gonna
pastries.
have a
Fruit
fact.
filled
just
Pop
can't believe
Tarts,
this is a
acting all
career,
flaky.
man.
Artificially
XRP,
sweet.
XLM,
T-Pain, aspartame, so you can't
Based
sing. And your rap ain't worth a thing. Just another name on the list of the rich and lame. It's a shame what they done in the game. I'm bringing change like Obama while bombing it like Hussein. It's a triple entendre if you let it marinate. And we ain't got to the entree. These are just the starters, the soup of the day. Maybe a house salad if you watching your weight. Running circles round rappers like Infinity get 8. I'm a punch, I'm a kick, I'm a fight, I'm a brawl through it all. I've been down, been out in the gutter at the bottom of the barrel, but I'm over the hurdles through the obstacles, and anyone who said it was impossible. I'm going big for my family and the love for my crucial. This I promise you, we.
You knew better. You did a victim blame right here. You knew better. Like you knew what you're getting yourself into. That's why people don't come forward. Oh, you're grown. You're not a child. It's all victim blaming and statements. So to address why people wait so long to come forward, first start with societal issues, victim blaming, victim shaming, and the problem of the people defending perpetrators and bashing the victims. Okay, we need more of people out here bashing the perpetrators instead of bashing the victims. And then once society changes, it makes victims feel more comfortable and more believed and less shamed about why is a victim feeling ashamed about what happened to them? Like they shouldn't feel ashamed because it's not something they did wrong. It's the abuser that was wrong in the situation. So why is the victim feeling ashamed? So once we address societal issues, then we'll have more people coming forward. Yeah, because they'll know they have society's backing. Okay? Yeah. So anyways, let's go ahead and continue on. But again, Jag is not coming across as the SA advocate at all.
Were in the same group, have been friends for a very long time, and now they're both being accused of the same. They've both been accused of the same thing. Like this is an inside job. Whether the allegations are true or not, that's all going to be found out, just like it was with the New York Times. There were a lot of people that had them written off as some perverts who was trying to do this.
Unless you get some sort of nasty correction this week, I think it's safe to say Ethereum will probably be above 4 grand here soon.
Very close friends, and also an attorney. So people were relying on her.
Looking for them all-time highs this time around, getting through 4K.
It's just too close. It's too close of a coincidence. Inside job with them wants to make us not think that it's an inside job with the Harris. I just don't.
Maybe you get a nice flush that delays it a couple weeks. We'll see.
Candy Tide in Atlanta, where the gossip goes a mile a minute. Like nobody knows that they were these monsters. It was a party. It was all a dream until it was a nightmare. And now all of a sudden,
It's only about a
almost what, like
8% move. It's at 4K, so you're right. You're knocking on the door here.
tell their stories now. Why now? Why did y'all? It looks like somebody had a case ready.
You know, that's another thing. Now, again, I don't know the full details of Miss Sky's honey. I don't need to know the full details to see a problem with her, what she's her verbiage. She's saying, why now? Why
March high.
not now? Maybe the person they finally realized that they were no
Yeah, I mean, if it wants to get real jiggy too, let's say that it does a move similar to what Bitcoin did once it went into expansion, right? When you broke that
That's that
69K,
TBD, nigga.
maybe you waddle a bit there, but
Tell them.
you know, the percentage move from 69
TBD.
to 100, that's another, well, roughly 100, that's another 30% move. So that would be a move
That's
to
fine.
what, 6,800?
That's what it's starting to look like. I don't know.
For it to be on par with where Bitcoin is right now in terms of percentage.
when you're an SA advocate and somebody comes in there and tells you their experiences on a hotline or whatever,
Gotta play catch up.
why are you coming in here now? Like, why would someone call the hotline tonight because they got triggered by this whole topic, and then they talking about what happened to them 20 years ago, and then the advocate says on the line, why are you calling now? That was 20 years ago. That was 20 years ago when you were supposed.
Shit, I think my math is wrong on that. I think it's above 7,000 would be a 30% move. What's 30% of 4,800?
20 years reliving that experience and being traumatized by it, and then when they finally want to call a hotline, the person says, why are you calling now? Maybe they just finally got the courage to actually utter the words that
Hey, Google.
me too, like
30.
that's why we actually need to get rid of status limits.
It would be about,
This, right?
yeah, about 6,500.
Not speaking from a place of advocacy because she has no clue what
What's
she's
that?
talking about, and that's why we don't need people like her running around on all these social media platforms claiming to be an advocate for something she has no clue about. Before I call myself,
that's where I'll be taking profit on a lot of this Ethereum long.
Yep, and ETH moving is like next confirmation step of bullshit.
I can say that I'm
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've been saying for months that as soon as ETH goes
Okay,
into
look.
expansion and the price
So let
discovery,
me
that's
tell
when
you
the
about
talk
a chick
starts for the
named
end of
MGMC
the
in
bull
the
run.
streets. Probably never heard of me, but I'm here
Because
for
you
the
know
taking. I ain't talking
well, it's kind of like
burglary.
it
You
begins
see,
really for
well,
the
baby,
alts,
that's
but
absurd to
you know
me.
that
Why?
you're
Because
at that stage where Bitcoin is almost finished, and it's Ethereum's turn to be the alt, and then it's over.
Can we do 110,000 before you start moving?
So, bro, I hope it does 210,000. The more Bitcoin goes up, the better for everybody else. All middle guys. It just means the more explosive the run's gonna be. You know what I mean? That's the opposite of what you want to do.
Cause I need that thing here. Look outside. You hear me? I'm gonna come in LT again.
Shit, I mean, like I said, 115 to
I
120
gotta
is
know
a
my
very conservative target for Bitcoin. It's very reasonable for a cycle, but you get there at a point and it's probably gonna go higher. Yo, that'll rip.
Hey,
That's
hey,
Up in 4
yeah.
tweets where
Hey,
he had a map on that market,
okay.
and Wall Street saw that, and they were trying to tap into the stock
I'm
market.
thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ethereum has really been, I mean, except for that move up from 2 grand to 35 recently, it's been
I
pretty
know.
solid, and it's
That
been
shit work for
very
real.
centered
Like,
on it.
work for real, my nigga.
Only because people are seeing Bitcoin, go to new all-time highs, and they're like, man, what the fuck is wrong with these?
Man.
It must be dead. Solana's gonna flip Ethereum. That was the narrative just a couple weeks ago. Execute about to move Solana. Crazy, man. This market is just a lot of fun.
Oh, like, hey, yeah. Yeah, had a bad about it. We think that's what said. I'm so sick about that. Yeah. It was. What?
Actually, that's what they're going to say. They're going to say that you're a veteran and you finally snapped from the pressure. They're not going to need leaders, but they're going to make it satisfied.
Can't even tell the truth right. Feel me? Can't even tell the truth right. Man. Blue on. Come down here.
victims could actually wish that onto minors, not only adults now, but actually minor children. Yeah. So y'all let me know. I'm gonna actually put up a poll towards the end. If y'all actually think that Jack, her behaviors and the things she's saying is like becoming of someone that claims to be an SA advocate, just let me know. I'm gonna put up a poll. Okay.
Wanting you, and then they're gonna blow your fucking brains out, and they're gonna stage you, and they're just gonna make you look like a veteran.
You know, they the
Finally
thing
getting that.
how hot it really is
So
because
she said
they see
that
them
that this whole thing will happen
you know when
in
somebody
front
do
of the
that, nigga,
veteran.
you hit too close to home, nigga, like
Oh,
hold up, you just still
All the
seen,
begging of
nigga,
that's
everybody in
real.
the household in front of the
cut your
veteran,
ass up
and the
right there.
veteran would unalive himself or whatever else.
Up there.
So
So,
this is
She the
all
one with the info.
her
They sent
yeah,
her to let her
imagination, her
be out
wishing,
here state this
that
and
makes
state
sense.
that.
So,
wishing this on some like
uh,
weaponizing it as well.
What's going on?
You fucking gave it to them.
That,
You gave them an
her,
outlet. Self-contained.
oh,
How many fucking times? Fucking, you wanna die? Die. I can't. My new
oh,
mother-in-law, except for my new mother-in-law, is actually, I never thought
wow,
I'd meet anybody that was worse than Tina.
oh,
Wrong. Charlotte Ray Johnson, pure monster. Which is why I know I'm not getting married again. Because apparently I have bad taste in men. Because I.
So right now she's talking about Goomba, her husband she's currently separated from. She's talking about his mother. Okay. Yeah. Hold on.
I keep marrying men that have been
one thing,
sexually
right?
abused within their family. Both of my
Oh,
husbands have been sexually abused by their mother.
Pause. 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 She says both
oh,
of her husbands, her first husband. I
ah,
don't know if it's her first, okay, because
it,
obviously around February.
it,
But
it,
Sam Sear, and then she's talking about Goomba, Gerald Johnson. Okay, um, so first and second husband. So she's saying that both of them were SA by their mothers, and that's a lie, right? That's a lie. So she's actually putting that on them, like your both of your mothers SA'd you, like yeah. And then think about the mothers out there who she's actually like putting this out there or all over the internet, and they are hearing it like, oh my gosh, you're actually saying that I actually SA my own child, you know? Yeah.
They have controlling mothers down.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go on and eat in my car. So give me a minute, y'all. I'm getting to my car.
it,
Oh, Lord Jesus. So, sis.
Instagram was originally for, I remember like yesterday, because I remember when white people first was using this shit. I'm gonna be straight real with y'all. Instagram was originally first.
Okay, you guys, so get into. Okay.
Just tried to shoot me and tried just tried to shoot me and tried to me. And you want me to apologize? You.
Because the way I was treated was dirty, weak.
They were so mad at Ray J because they know Ray J was at some of the parties with him. And then Ray J made a joke.
Seems like the alleged footage of Ray J narrowly escaping what appears to be an attempt on his life has sent waves of panic and intrigue across social media.
A lot of people being implemented into this crazy criminal investigation that's going on right now. How many people are in it? How many celebrities are involved
and what they're saying.
But what's so controversial about it? Diddy's son, Justin Combs, was nowhere to be seen during the incident, despite rumors that the two had recently clashed in a heated confrontation.
You know, I feel like chests were being bumped. Ray
That nigga had a wig on, didn't he, go
So did
cut?
the involvement of Justin, or perhaps the influence of his iconic yet sometimes controversial father, Diddy, hint at a deeper, more sinister narrative? Let's find out. So recently, Ray J has claimed he was targeting recently
That was
that
the
ended
wig.
his life.
I
On
take the word
Tuesday,
for
the
it.
singer
If
hopped on
I
his
go back and
Instagram
find another
stories to
fucking
let his
wig, though,
fans know
I'm dead.
as he just survived an alleged shooting. According to Ray J, he avoided the bullets but made it clear the incident was tied to a feud, and he wouldn't apologize to an unnamed person expecting one from him.
Just tried to shoot me and tried to me. And you want me to apologize? You.
Not only this, a bombshell incident has sparked whispers across the industry. Diddy's sons, Quincy, Justin, and Christian, reportedly got into a heated altercation with Ray J at a Halloween party. And let's be real, this wasn't your average party spat. Rumor has it that this so-called scuffle was a well-calculated move, allegedly coordinated by Diddy himself.
There's a lot, of information coming out about that party. Diddy's sons, getting into a altercation with Ray J.
Nobody's gonna press Ray J.
Okay.
It's not gonna happen. I mean, anyone can come and try to press.
Ray J found himself in the middle of an explosive showdown outside a Halloween party in Los Angeles. According to reports from TMZ, Diddy's sons allegedly confronted Ray J as he left the event with his manager David Weintraub and Amber Rose. The scene quickly turned tense as Diddy's sons reportedly surrounded Ray J, furious over recent comments he'd made about their father's legal troubles. Chests were bumped, words were exchanged, and it looked like King Combs and Justin were ready to throw down in defense of their father.
He went around and tried to go grab his backpack, and he had this satchel on. So I'm like, does he have a blower in there? Like, I don't want it to really get to this level. So
the situation was about to get ugly, but luckily Chris Brown was nearby. The singer had witnessed the entire debacle unfold while he sat in his car outside the party and ran over to assist. Brown and Ray J's manager pulled the Combs brothers away from Ray J, which allowed others to step in and help cool things down. No one was injured, and everyone involved dispersed.
Out of nowhere, Chris Brown hops out the car like a freaking leprechaun out of the magically delicious sky, and honestly, he started breaking it up. I tried to talk to Quincy, Christian, get their stance on it.
However, given the situation, Diddy's sons have been very protective of their father since he got caught up in his ethical case. They've been to several hearings in New York City to support their father, and even released a statement with their sisters, in which they defended their dad against conspiracy theorists and critics. This may be the first time the public has learned about the Combs siblings' confrontation with Ray J, but it's actually the fourth time they've come face-to-face with the Tronix Network founder. Diddy's sons have reportedly tried to square up with Ray J 3 times in different locations. Ray J told TMZ that he considers Combs and his sons to be family, but he was willing to throw down the other night after the Combs brothers hurled some outrageous comments at him. Regardless, the Love and Hip Hop star is still open to talk things out with them. Theories are swirling that Diddy's influence over his sons goes deeper than anyone realized. Insiders claim he may have instructed them to eliminate Ray J, or at the very least, intimidate him enough to keep any dirt he has hidden away for good. And this wouldn't be surprising to those who know Diddy's reputation. He's notorious for leveraging his power to silence anyone who could bring him down. Ray J, who's recently been unusually vocal about Diddy's lawsuits and ongoing scandals, might just have a bombshell of his own up his sleeve, something that Diddy would go to extreme lengths to suppress.
These kids need to sit their ass down somewhere, okay? Don't get spanked trying to prove a point that you're not built to prove. You're gonna end up in jail with your pops or someplace worse. Whatever y'all on, get off it. I know you upset, you frustrated.
And then Ray J, known for his outspoken personality, hasn't been holding back recently, especially when it comes to Diddy's lawsuits and controversies. His public comments about Diddy's legal woes
he was the one.
Diddy's camp, leaving many to wonder if Ray J has something even bigger to reveal. And while Ray J hasn't hinted at what secrets he might hold, those close to Diddy speculate he would go to extreme lengths to keep any skeletons locked tightly in the closet.
Fucked up with that. He told him, Charlamagne don't even comment on that part.
Are you
Like,
waiting for somebody to be the front runner to speak out and
then he
say
did
what
do
they
it.
feel?
Because I'm not scared.
But let's rewind the past. Ray J shared his take on why celebs are keeping mum about Diddy's legal troubles. In a video posted by TMZ on YouTube, Ray J chatted with a cameraman about Diddy's ongoing legal battles. When asked why some of Diddy's closest pals haven't spoken up, Ray J gave a pretty reasonable explanation. He wasn't surprised by the silence, suggesting that celebs are just trying to wrap their heads around the serious allegations and waiting to see how it all pans out.
Pray for everybody though.
Very beginning of the day. Alright,
This is what apparently may have bothered Rossi to claim that he might be Diddy's accomplice. Well, no, this is not the only incident that led him to a conclusion. Another surprising event that took place in Beverly Hills also concluded the same thing. Ray J's wild night back in May 2014 turned into a total nightmare for him. According to TMZ, the Los Angeles District Attorney hit the scene with a whopping 10 charges following a drunken and reckless episode at the Beverly Hills Hotel. It all went down last spring when Ray J got the boot from the swanky hotel's bar due to his drunken antics. Clearly ticked off, he didn't take it well, and things quickly spiraled out of control. He ended up getting arrested after allegedly spitting on a woman and kicking out the window of the police car.
Like Mace Cam thing, they not to do things, but rebuttal.
And then allegedly kicked
Man, I
and
stand
shattered a
Benny
police car
Siegels,
window,
do that too.
spitting on an officer as well.
Now, Ray J faced a laundry list of charges: 4 counts of resisting arrest, 2 counts of A battery, and 2 counts of vandalism. And to top it off, they threw in a charge of S battery for allegedly brushing against a female patron's rear end during the chaos. The cops think this one's a stretch since
Bitcoin trying to make a move, pushing for 98.
Tough break. People have suggested that the party was most probably Diddy's, and his recent lawsuits suggest the same thing. In November, Cassie Ventura dropped a bombshell lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs in a New York federal court. The lawsuit paints a disturbing picture, alleging SA, physical A, and some truly shocking claims, like Combs supposedly forcing her into intimate acts with male S workers while he watched. It's heavy stuff, to say the least.
Looking at this lawsuit, she alleges that, Diddy, he'll make her look online for BTCs for their freak-out sessions. And she say that, in this lawsuit that, Diddy, he enjoyed.
But this isn't the first time Diddy's been in hot water. Despite his attempt to rebrand as Brother Love and even legally changing his middle name to Love, his past is riddled with allegations of violence, dating all the way back to the 90s. While he's never been convicted of a serious crime, accusations have followed him like a shadow. From former partners like Ventura and Gina Hewen, who accused him of A in 2019, to run-ins with industry folks like executive Steve Stout, and even clashes with rappers like J. Cole and Drake, Diddy's reputation isn't squeaky clean, to say the least. And remember when Boozy Badazz called out Ray J for being a major accomplice of Diddy and helping him in the alleged murder Whitney Houston? Shockingly, Ray J's name has surfaced again in Diddy's recent lawsuit. And let's be real, Ray J's no stranger to trouble. He's been mixed up in all sorts of shady stuff, from getting wasted at Beverly Hills clubs to hanging out with the wrong crowd. And guess what? It's all closely connected to Diddy. It's almost like Ray's going out of his way to make Boozy believe he's Diddy's partner in crime or something.
I don't hear none of them who was at Diddy's toasting with that champagne every year. Having speeches with, man. Nobody speak up for this man or nothing.
It's been speculated for years that Diddy has been involved in every possible shady activity imaginable. Now, with rumors swirling that Ray J might be his accomplice, it raises serious questions about what they could have been up to together. Recently, Ray J was seen wandering shirtless down the street, looking disoriented, which suggests he may be unraveling under the weight of it all. So the question is Ray J losing his mind over guilt, or is Hollywood punishing him for letting the evidence slip out? Well, let's take a proper look into the matter. Looks like the rumors about Ray J being a handler in the industry and supplying hard substances to celebrities are true after all. Stunna Girl just dropped some major tea and she's not messing around. She accused Ray J of shoving stuff down Whitney's throat.
Yeah, look it up.
She passed away, and I said,
Somebody probably got it on
my
YouTube
God,
right now
somebody
about
gave her a
how
bad
many
bag.
glad
I promise you, that was the first thing that
glad
came out of my mouth.
You probably
And then
somebody
I
that made
saw
a
Ray
YouTube,
J.
all you do is search.
And it all added up.
However, not too long after
You don't
this
play
was
with brands
announced,
like
Ray J pulled out from the
KT,
deal. Apparently,
certain
Stunna
motherfuckers
Girl's
going to certain
man,
countries
Young
get
Rich
knocked
Moolah,
really.
was getting too involved in everything,
Yeah.
and Ray J didn't like
Yeah,
that. Ray even jumped on the official page of Red Rum
Yeah,
TV and
really
said,
on the
"We're
interview
not
this
supporting
morning,
Red Rum
I know
TV no more. Young Rich Moolah is
questions
going
that
to be
they
the
ask.
downfall of Stunna Girl's career. I
Criminal
hate people
question.
who act like businessmen
The
but are little
legendary
kids
person
deep
for
down.
interview.
Young Rich Moolah, grow up. Every opportunity you ruin. Stunna Girl, leave that broke man. It ain't that serious. Stunna wasn't having it, y'all. She jumped on IG and dragged Ray J into the filth. Stop speaking on me. Or none. A Hollywood kid who's having a midlife crisis at 50, faking a gangster image. Once you couldn't pay us for clout and my husband for protection anymore, you started trying to be him. You even tattooed her face like his limo Levi, wrote Stunna Girl on Instagram. They kept on having issues after this, but it was mostly behind the scenes, and they tried their best to keep it out of the business. That was until a few days ago when Stunna jumped on IG again and went off on Ray J. This time she didn't just throw his out, accused him of being behind Wendy Williams' current health issues. Let's just say this sent the internet into a frenzy. She claimed he was the one supplying her with the life-threatening substances that she was hooked on prior to her illness. Instead of constantly being worried about Wendy, Ray J needs to focus on what he did to Wendy Williams. She ain't been the same since you took her on that D-binge gang, wrote Stunna Girl in her Instagram story. This was a real shocker because no one suspected for a second that Ray had something to do with that. Wendy actually had a serious substance addiction problem, dating all the way back to her days as a radio personality. She tried to get help several times over the years, but never succeeded in getting a hold on the problem. Things got worse because in addition to her D use, she also became an A, triggering the health issues she's currently struggling with. In fact, even after Wendy got sick and doctors attributed her illness to A&Ds, her son Kevin Jr. said the people around her were still giving her A&Ds, almost like they wanted to keep Wendy in that state.
Ray J better than this shit too, because he had things. I think Ray J got something to do with Wendy.
Her headspace and her brain. So I
think Ray J has something to do with.
And for those wondering why the industry would intentionally destroy Wendy, she was actually one of the first people to openly speak about industry parties and closeted rappers in the game. At one point, she even accused Diddy of being closeted, but he blackballed her and threatened her life so much that she had to flee New York because it wasn't safe for her anymore.
For whatever reason, dude was playing with Pump. He went behind him and grabbed his trunk and pulled him down. When he grabbed his trunk and pulled him down, some girls was taking pictures.
Now this is where things get even more interesting. After Stunna made those allegations about Ray J supplying Wendy with
Breakout Bitcoin runaway, baby.
Found out that Ray J has been making secret have these past few months. The paparazzi even caught him with her not too long ago. People believe he went to see her to ensure she was still getting those Ds because, as we said before, the industry intentionally did this to keep her quiet. Wendy knows too much, and who better to do the job than Ray J? Some of you might not know this, but Ray J has been accused of being a handler in the industry for years. People believe he was even involved in Whitney Houston's death, just like Wendy. Allegedly, he also supplied substances to Whitney, including the ones she overdosed on. In fact, when Stunna made these allegations about Ray giving Wendy D's, the first person people brought up was Whitney. One person wrote, "Ray J is a shady character. I can't say for sure he did something to Wendy, but he was on footage leaving Whitney's hotel before her demise." Another one added, "Ray J is he always around older women that have D issues? I have always wondered why he is around Wendy, because they don't even look like they have anything in common to be friends. I don't like Wendy, but I pray God protects her." Ray J's near-death experience has ignited a storm of theories and accusations, leaving everyone waiting for the next big revelation. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.
Fuck that. You know what I mean? Bloody. But see, got him in there playing that persona, right? Then he got a hold up his hand and whatever the fuck going on. They said that if this shit real, like they said it is, see what I know is out of the movie, operation.
When he's doing music. You understand? Just talking shit, want to have something to say.
Man. So it's the CIA doing this shit though.
Oh,
Yeah, so look.
Yeah, we'll probably have a crazy reaction to that.
In the ever-evolving landscape of hip-hop feuds and celebrity drama, few rivalries have captured public attention quite like that of 50 Cent and Diddy. Recently, Gene Deal, a former associate of Diddy, stepped into the spotlight to reveal what he claims is the real reason behind 50 Cent's long-standing animosity toward the hip-hop mogul. From shady business dealings to personal betrayals, the roots of this feud run deep, intertwining with the complexities of loyalty, power, and the unforgiving nature of the music industry. As the saga unfolds, fans and critics alike are left to wonder what truly lies beneath the surface of this contentious relationship. In a recent interview with Cam Capone News, Gene Deal delved into the complexities of the long-standing feud between 50 Cent and Diddy, revealing the underlying reasons behind 50's intense animosity toward the hip-hop mogul. According to Gene, who has had first-hand experience with both artists, the roots of their conflict can be traced back to issues of loyalty, exploitation, and the harsh realities of the music industry.
You know, I kind of wanted to touch on some old school stuff that you talked about before, man.
Do it, bro.
You know, I had seen that, you know, you kind of knew 50 Cent before he blew up.
Yeah.
The interviewer expressed a desire to revisit some old school topics, mentioning that he had heard Gene Deal knew 50 Cent before he became famous. Gene recounted that 50 was the type of person who always carried a small pad with him, diligently writing everything down.
50 was the type of dude that kept like a little, he kept like a little pad with him. He wrote everything down. You understand?
Gene shared a vivid memory of a particular instance when they were on a plane to Las Vegas, a pivotal moment that showcased their budding friendship. During the flight, Gene had handed 50 his business card from Sawi Fair Security Management, a gesture that signified not only trust, but also the potential for collaboration in the future. Gene took pride in the fact that 50 later referenced that card in one of his songs, turning a simple connection into part of his narrative. It was a testament to the bond they had formed, and it highlighted how even the smallest interactions could play a significant role in the journey to stardom.
Me and him caught the plane, we was going to Vegas, and I gave him my card. My business card was Sawi Fair Security Management and everywhere. You know what I mean? So 50 did a song about that. You know what I'm saying? And he put that in the song.
Not long ago, Gene recalled, 50 had publicly acknowledged him, stating that he got that information from Big Gene, who had been trying to inform others about Puff for years. This recognition brought a smile to Gene's face, as it reaffirmed the impact of their early relationship. He emphasized that 50 was loyal. If he was with someone, he was genuinely committed to them.
This is why Gene ain't in trouble.
This
Gene
unwavering
talked to the
loyalty
feds,
was one
man.
of the qualities that made 50 a dependable companion in difficult situations, a characteristic that many of his peers admired.
About a year or so ago, not even a year or so ago, he said that when he dropped my name, he said, yo, I got the Sawi Fair, I got that from Big Gene. He been trying to tell y'all about this Puff shit years ago. But 50 was the type of dude that if you knew he was with you, he was with you. Even back then.
The interviewer then steered the conversation toward the events leading up to 50 Cent's infamous shooting, curious about what had transpired during that tense period. Gene Deal explained that he had received some concerning information suggesting that 50 might be in danger. This intel, though vague, was troubling enough for Gene to take action, knowing the high stakes and the volatile environment. As a rising star in the rap scene, 50 was gaining attention not only for his talent, but also for the conflicts he was getting entangled in, which made the threat of violence a real possibility.
Well, I guess you were hanging around him or knew him, right before he got shot.
Well, what happened was that I had got some information.
Gene recalled that during this period, 50 had come over to his house, made an effort to help protect him. He attempted to fit 50 for a bulletproof vest, recognizing the need for extra precautions given the looming threats. Unfortunately, the size difference between the two of them made it impossible to provide a proper fit. Gene, who wore a 3X, found that the vest was far too large for 50, who was a size large. Despite not being able to provide him with the vest, Gene still felt compelled to give him a stern warning about the dangers that lay ahead.
expressing his deep concern for 50's safety. He made it clear that 50 needed to be vigilant, as there were people who might try to harm him.
50 came to my house. I tried to fit him on a vest, but I'm like, at the time I was like a 3X. And 50 was like a large, you know what I'm saying? So he couldn't really fit the vest, but I gave him a cover to try to tell him, because he had some pads, some vest pads. So I just told him what the situation was that I knew. And told him he had to watch himself because those cats was gonna come at him. You know what I'm saying?
In an attempt to further shield 50 from potential danger, Gene recalled inviting him to Cancun for a show. At the time, Gene was well connected in the area due to his past security work at Daddy-O's, a popular nightclub in Cancun. He explained to 50 that if he came down there, he could guarantee his safety, leveraging his network of contacts who had close ties to local syndicates and would be able to provide protection. This offer was not made lightly, as Gene genuinely wanted to give 50 a temporary escape from the escalating tensions in New York and the opportunity to perform in a safer environment. However, fate had other plans, and the events unfolded in a different direction. Gene noted with regret that 50 never made it to Cancun because of the shooting incident that occurred shortly thereafter. The tragic event took place in the spring of 2000, when 50 Cent was shot multiple times outside his grandmother's home in Queens. The attack, which nearly took his life, was a stark reminder of the very threats Gene had warned him about. Reflecting on it, Gene could not help but think about how things might have been different if 50 had taken him up on the offer to come to Cancun. The incident not only reshaped 50's career trajectory, but also became a defining moment that marked a turning point in his life, forever changing the way he approached the industry and the people around him.
And he was supposed to be going to Cancun. And I told him, if you come to Cancun, I got you. Because I used to be down there doing security at Daddy-O's. You understand? And I had people down there that I knew that was from Puerto Rico, and they was working down there, so they should make sure when I hit the island, anything and everything I needed, I could get it right there on the island. You understand? They work directly with the syndicate. So 50 was supposed to come down there to do a show, and he didn't make it because they had shot him up. I don't know if he was coming in the first place, but he was supposed to because he was paid half the money to come down there to perform How to Rob an Industry.
The next time Gene saw 50 Cent was at the Jack the Rapper event, an annual music conference known for bringing together rising stars and industry veterans. By this time, 50 had already achieved significant success, transforming from a gritty up-and-comer into a bona fide rap superstar. The atmosphere was buzzing with excitement, and it was clear that 50 was now a different person in terms of status, surrounded by an entourage that reflected his newfound fame and influence. Gene recalled how he was sitting alone in Puerto Rico, taking in the event when he suddenly noticed a commotion as 50 and his crew entered the area. With his entourage in tow, 50 easily commanded attention, moving through the crowd with the kind of confidence that comes with having overcome countless struggles. Gene, sitting off to the side, didn't expect any special acknowledgement. After all, 50 was now a major star who had plenty of people clamoring for his attention. As they shook hands, 50 looked Gene in the eye and with a tone full of conviction proclaimed that they can't stop what God has planned. The words resonated deeply with Gene, who took them as not just a personal message, but a declaration of triumph over the many challenges that had come 50's way. From being shot 9 times to facing industry politics and personal betrayals, 50's journey had been nothing short of miraculous. It wasn't just about fame or money. It was about resilience, faith, and the belief that his destiny was greater than any obstacle that tried to hold him back.
That was at Jack the Rapper. He had blew up. He had blew up, man. He was like, he was this dude and everything like that. And I was sitting in the, we was in Puerto Rico, and I was sitting by myself, just chilling. And he had his whole entourage with him. He came directly over to me. He like, yo, Gene. I was like, yo, what up, Finn? I said, what up, Finn? He said, what's up, man? He said, yo, put his hand out to me, and he grabbed my hand and said, yo, they can't stop what God got planned.
When the interviewer inquired about 50 Cent's relentless criticism of Diddy, particularly in the form of documentaries and social media jabs, Gene Deal delved into the deeper reasons behind the animosity. He began by explaining that a significant part of 50's frustration stemmed from his early experiences in the music industry, where he had written numerous songs that had, in turn, brought Diddy considerable wealth. At the time, 50 had been a young and hungry artist, eager to make his mark. He had not fully understood the business dealings going on behind the scenes, or the ways in which Diddy, a savvy veteran in the industry, was taking advantage of him and other young talent.
How do you feel about 50 going so hard at Diddy with the documentaries and, you know, man, what did he do to 50 that made him hate him so much, man? That's crazy.
Well, I think it's just, you know, you got to look at it like this. 50 was writing a lot of shit that made a lot of money for Diddy. And he knew back then in the day, he didn't know what he know now, but Diddy was robbing him.
Gene detailed how Diddy would often recruit up incoming artists like 50 Cent to write verses and hooks, offering them what seemed like decent payments, maybe $5,000 or $10,000 for their contributions. While that might have seemed like a lot of money to a struggling artist, Gene explained that the real profits were being made on the back end. Diddy would turn around and make hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars off these same songs, often without giving proper credit or royalties to the writers. To Gene, this was not good business, as some might argue, but rather an outright exploitation of young talent who did not yet understand the complexities of the music industry.
You know, bringing those kids in and say, yo, here, write this verse for me, man, for this, shit like that, and giving them $5,000, you understand, or $10,000, and you making $100,000 or $200,000 or maybe $2 million off of it, or $1 million, whatever the case may be. See, people call that good business. That's not good business. That's taking a person's talent, using it for your own self-indulgence, and not giving him what it's worth.
The interviewer remarked on how entertaining it was to see 50's passionate attacks on Diddy via social media. He agreed, noting that many people don't truly love their enemies, emphasizing that
They got paid on me like that.
amid Sean Diddy Combs' numerous legal battles, one figure has consistently been the loudest and most outspoken in voicing his disdain for the controversial hip-hop mogul.
He
50
did.
Cent,
Put on by
known
himself.
for his relentless trolling and sharp wit. 50 Cent has taken his animosity toward Diddy to a whole new level. While his criticism has escalated in recent years, the roots of his feud with the Bad Boy Records founder date back nearly 2 decades, fueled by long-standing grievances and unresolved tension. While on a media tour to praise the accomplice, 50 Cent still found time to reignite his long-standing feud with Diddy, using the ongoing legal controversy surrounding the Bad Boy Records founder as fresh and
in my ass, couple $100 million to that mine,
who has
motherfucker.
earned a reputation for being one of hip-hop's most notorious trolls, didn't shy away from taking aim at the latest scandal involving Diddy, a recent trafficking indictment. As usual, 50 Cent wielded his social media prowess to stir up the drama even further, making his commentary as pointed and provocative as ever. Amidst promoting his upcoming appearance on the Drew Barrymore show, 50 Cent shared a photo of himself alongside the actress, seemingly innocuous at first glance. However, true to form, he couldn't resist embedding a subtle yet unmistakable dig at Diddy. In the caption, he alluded to the allegations detailed in the indictment, which included a report that federal agents had confiscated over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant during a federal raid on Diddy's Miami and Los Angeles properties back in March. The absurdity of the detail provided ample fodder for 50's humor, and he seized the opportunity to put a spotlight on it. Here I am keeping good company with Drew Barrymore TV, and I don't have 1,000 bottles of lube at the house, he quipped, making it clear that even while on a book tour, he wasn't about to miss a chance to take a swipe at his longtime rival. The post quickly caught the attention of his followers, many of whom were eager to see how 50 would respond to Diddy's latest legal issue. One fan commented, "I was waiting on 50 to chime in, and here it is." While another added, "I know you got more coming for us today, bro." The responses highlighted the expectation that whenever controversy surrounds Diddy, 50 Cent would inevitably chime in with his brand of ruthless trolling. His followers knew that the rapper's social media antics weren't just limited to promoting his own projects. They were also his stage for settling old scores and keeping his rivals on their toes. The timing of 50 Cent's jab was particularly striking, as it came at a moment when Diddy was already under intense scrutiny. The allegations of sex trafficking, coupled with the bizarre discovery of the baby oil and lubricant, had cast a dark shadow over the hip-hop mogul's legacy. By injecting humor into the situation, 50 wasn't just poking fun. He was capitalizing on the moment to remind the public of Diddy's troubles, ensuring that the story remained in the spotlight. The feud between 50 Cent and Sean Diddy Combs has deep roots, tracing back to 2006, when 50 Cent released the diss track, The Bomb, where he hinted at Diddy's involvement in the 1997 murder of the notorious B.I.G. Who shot Biggie Smalls? We don't get it. They gonna kill us all. Man, Puffy know who hit that N-word? He rapped. Diddy quickly denied the allegations, but the diss marked the beginning of a rivalry that would simmer and flare over the following decades. The tension between the two wasn't just confined to personal accusations. It spilled over into business, especially as they found themselves endorsing competing vodka brands, with each taking digs at the other's ventures. The drama, however, reached a boiling point in 2024. In March 2024, federal authorities raided Diddy's properties as part of a Department of Homeland Security investigation, amid a series of lawsuits accusing the hip-hop mogul of abuse and trafficking involving both men and women. Although Diddy denied all the allegations, the raid intensified the spotlight on his legal troubles, providing new ammunition for 50 Cent to fuel their long-running feud. Following the raid, 50 Cent openly claimed that he had long suspected Diddy of engaging in illegal and morally questionable behavior, implying that the mogul's legal problems were inevitable, given the alleged patterns of misconduct. The situation escalated further in September 2024, when Diddy was arrested. Shortly after, 50 Cent revealed that a documentary centered on the abuse allegations against Diddy was already underway and had been greenlit by Netflix earlier in the year. The documentary, he announced, would delve deeply into the accusations, providing a comprehensive look at Diddy's history of controversies. In a statement shared with People, 50 Cent, whose real name is Curtis Jackson, and director Alexandria Stapleton described the project as a significant undertaking. This is a story with significant human impact. It is a complex narrative spanning decades, not just the headlines or clips seen so far. They said, indicating that the documentary would not only focus on Diddy's recent legal troubles, but would also cover a broader historical context of his life and career. In the 1990s, 50 and Combs were both rising in the hip-hop industry, and often spending time around the same people who encouraged them to work together. 50 helped ghostwrite on Combs' 2001 hit, Let's Get It, and his girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, encouraged the rapper to work with 50 as well. He told The Hollywood Reporter in July 2024. 50 Cent added that the two mainly had a working relationship rather than a friendship. I wouldn't call it a friendship because there wouldn't be disappointment between us if we didn't speak to each other, he said. Combs became the face of Diageo's Ciroc vodka in 2007 and had been working with the company until January 2024, when they settled a lawsuit Combs filed alleging racism within the brand. Diageo and Combs parted ways, with the former taking full ownership of Ciroc. In 2016, 50 partnered with Effin' Vodka, telling people, "When I'm out and there's nightlife, it's what I drink." A year later, 50 sold his shares of the company for $60 million. Per Vibe, however, he continued to compare it in relation to Combs' deal. Puffs is not even vodka, it's grapes, and says, "Made with vodka. You know what I'm saying?" 50 Cent said in a 2018 interview on the Drink Champs podcast. Effin' is made from wheat from Holland and distilled 5 times, so it's a lot less sugar. It's the right way. And then later, when you have a headache because you finished your full bottle of Ciroc, I told you I was smarter. 50 Cent has been one of Sean Diddy Combs' most outspoken critics for a long time, and lately he has stepped up his attacks. Using social media and other platforms, 50 Cent has taken every chance to question Diddy's character in action.
Talking about 15,000.
Because the incident was too old, 50 Cent used the videos released to charge him with what we saw, but they know we can't unsee what we saw. His comment highlighted how public exposure can still have a powerful impact. 50 Cent didn't stop. Agents raided Diddy's homes earlier this year as part of a larger investigation.
He didn't he had 15
2006 diss track that took shots at Diddy.
Yeah, he called him crazy a year ago. Now here.
Against Diddy, from claims of misconduct to other possible illegal activities. This documentary will add fuel to their ongoing feud and keep Diddy's controversies in the spotlight.
And you still go down. He's just talking just down. He was just saying like, he kind of sees, what we all kind of see at the beginning of the year, Bitcoin slowing down a little, and then taking off like maybe in January, February. But he still sees it possible for, like he said 60K area, before it goes up to 250, which I could see. Maybe we go to 120, or maybe we can go down to 68 or whatever from here at some point. And then, maybe at that 30% correction everyone's waiting for. Could happen, but I'll be buying heavy.
She is now. She's missing from all the family.
What you the third level?
Word on the street is that the feds knocked on Diddy's door to get
Yeah. I just love it. The amount of time moving. Even just like lower leverage. Fucking like last time I put it on view trade. Not even. I charted it, but I was. I mean, it came down maybe 2%, 1% or whatever, something like that. I think I had like 4K, 5K, and then I added another 1,000 at 4X. Wake up this morning, it's up fucking 8%, and I'm like, God, I love there's no resistance anymore, and things flying and shit. I remember what that was like years ago, for a brief period of time.
Everybody, everybody.
Decided that he would like to be a caring man, so then he saw me.
He just with me.
Said to come inside and play.
He just pointed out he over there dog.
They watched the live and just
Who come out? He went through his thing. Like that dope for a minute and all that. Sacrifice.
Like the start of a day.
Jay-Z's nephew died on the Corey body.
I thought he got grabbed.
Jay-Z's nephew died. Expect that sound on the floor. Anybody here?
Why did Diddy ask her to call him? Really? What was up with Diddy saying he picked her up from the streets? It's wild how many crammed into that one live session. But that's just scratching the surface. The real mystery is live was the first and last we ever saw her. Been seen a couple of times.
Where the heck is everyone? Where's Ricky?
I'm shooting for my dreams coming soon. It's what, 4:30 a.m. What it seems, but you know
Okay.
thing is grinding till they calling you a nuisance.
I went
to bed at 8:30 p.m. and it's now 4:30 sleep. How many hours is that?
Diddy mentioned how he adopted Baroni.
Well, 9 till 3 is 6.
Elise
It just don't sound good, do it?
7.5 hours.
Controversy swirling around her.
Yeah. 7.5 is a juicy sleep for a crypto dude.
Yeah, especially during the beginning of the bull cycle. It's like 3 days worth of sleep.
Promising them a bright.
That's because I've had shit sleep for like weeks, and I've been so tired. Like, I was falling asleep at work today. It was so bad. Well, yesterday.
European World Federation directly accused.
When you spend a week watching the charts so much, you get no sleep, and then you finally sleep for like 12 hours. You wake up and you're still pleased with the chart. You realize that you've been charting way too much. Like, there's time to sleep.
Yeah. And same.
I did. Can't play with the game.
Adopt her second child from Milan, but the court judge
Dogecoin is still magnetic to 43,
Malawi
even though it's above it right now.
for an adoption have grave consequences on the very children.
Yeah.
It looks like she was suggesting that
That's okay.
about celebrities
43 might be the new score for a minute.
children and potential
Yeah.
trafficking
Definitely.
if they chose to. We've seen celebrities misuse their awful ways before, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. And let's not
Just needs a big boost. New paradigm.
Diddy. I mean, he must have been aware of some
Pop the top two, man.
Definitely.
You got a computer. I told you play the computer, man.
It's not that, it's,
I told you play the computer.
it's starting at such a higher point now.
I think you beat the computer. Thought you had. Put it on media.
You know what's so
Basically halfway there.
that all
I
these
know I'm playing hard
been
at the
around
same
the
time.
industry for a long time. All the
You got it.
people know that Diddy been acting like
Yeah. Okay. Tag 97.5. Cool.
just look at people like R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, and Bill Cosby. The evidence is clear. Even Cassie spilled the beans in her lawsuit.
She's feeling demons. Hey Google. Legal definition of feeling demons.
Supposedly adopting Ava. Just he says Diddy picked up a homeless girl during the pandemic.
And
She deserved.
I've certainly seen a lot of side wedges that do break down, but it's like it just becomes high low. So it's no big deal, sort of thing.
He doesn't hold back.
So it breaks down, but not for long.
Hey Google, repeat that.
Yeah.
any kind of pictures, photos that they took out of that.
Always evidence. You feel what I'm saying? So, when we hear about like reporters say that shit, telling you in secrecy like this shit really feel me, it's feeling the bean. And the legal case though, it's like wait, stipulation against this shit. Witness can't come in there and just spill the bean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't come in here and just tell people, you know. You see what I'm saying? Like spilling the beans, that you know.
That kind of shows you how good that March was for Sheba.
Her name is
It was pretty good driven. Like, you know, boost.
I think they subpoenaed everybody that was on that plane.
I just have a bad feeling here on Bitcoin. It's like, you know, it's been trending slowly up into this wedge. It hits its top of this rising wedge. It's been chilling for a while. Start of the month, I think, I don't know. It's Sunday.
Because it's 100k, man. It's such a big deal, like such a big number. I feel like it has to ascending triangle 100k before breaking through it. So we're gonna see it fade off it, make a big higher low, have another attempt at it, maybe fade off it again, another higher low, and then just keep doing that until it go right into apex and then break out maybe like mid-December. It could happen this week, it could happen today, but I don't know. That's just the ascending triangle style. Because there's been so many times we've come up to a big important number, and an ascending triangle is a very common way to deal with such a big, you know, big milestone level. Like coming up ascending triangle because it's like repeated visits to big resistance. But each time getting more ambitious and like lifting the lows into it.
Yeah, I remember that last bull cycle when you get to significant numbers and it would just try to come back up and not quite make it, and then regain some steam and try again and still not make it. And it was like sometimes it would take 2, 3 attempts, sometimes it would take like 6, 8 attempts.
Yep, but at every reapproach, you get more people trusting in it and believing it and wanting it to happen. So it's like more people come to the table, and that's how you get your ascending triangle. It's like more people start lining up earlier, to cash a higher price on the dip.
I mean, I'm putting Jordan 3 up here. Just because I don't like. It's almost like it feels like one of those days where it's snapped down on you when you least expect it. That feel.
And that's not all. Lil Rod's allegations against Sean Combs are startling. He says he was mistreated by his...
It could, yeah. I mean, don't want to rule that out, but...
Stop there. Lil Rod...
I don't think crypto's bearish at the moment, you know what I mean? Sentimentally.
It's like a scene from...
If crypto gets any kind of retracement, there's a crowd of people waiting to buy that, you know what I mean?
At his homes across different...
I think there's a certain portion of the community that is afraid this is the top. But
that's the retail.
Yeah, but I think fear of the top is not the same thing as bearish.
Yes, correct. Yeah. It's a misinterpretation because of PTSD or like not enough experience perhaps, I don't know.
1991.
Because I felt the same way in 2020 when we hit 42k at the start of 2021. I was like, oh, guys, this is the top. Because the way it reflected back down 30, I was like, oh my god. It's a blow off top, just like when we hit 20k, in 2017. Same vibes,
the guy from the famous 90s R&B group Jodeci. Devontae told Joey that he...
But I don't even think that what we're seeing here is even on par with that. That if he pushed to 42 for the first time,
record deal,
and then the retracement of that. This is just like
singer Aaron Hall,
some sideways action at a level.
Crazy and I were talking about ETH earlier, and ETH hasn't run yet. And to me, like when ETH runs, that's like the next confirmation step for me that we're in a bull cycle. And ETH will run, and just like every cycle, I remember this last cycle, all of a sudden you got a lot of people going, oh, I think ETH is this is gonna be the year for the cycle that ETH flips Bitcoin. And it's like, I mean, I personally don't think that'll ever happen, but it's like, alright, like you can have that thought. And like ETH runs and you're like, oh shit. Like it starts fucking with you. It's like, oh shit. Is that a possibility? And then Bitcoin goes, no, and makes a whole nother run.
After the lawsuit involving things went pretty quiet.
And ETH hasn't run yet. I think it's getting ready to.
Footage hit the internet. More women have come forward to share their stories. We have Crystal McKay, who you might recognize as the winner of M.
Yeah, I think cracking through 100,000. That's when people have their big aha moment. Like, oh,
from Men's Fashion Week event in
maybe I shouldn't have doubted Bitcoin, you know what I mean? But it's doing a good job of making people second guess.
Diddy and his friends drinking and smoking joint.
It is.
Unbeknownst to the joint had been spiked with illegal substances. Crystal said she...
I guess because when the party starts, like when the bull run starts,
the alleges gave
you get like an impulsive, like you want the results now, like you get this feeling that everything's gonna just happen, like every other day, something big will happen, you get some amazing pushes, but not always, like it takes...
What would you think if we went down to 68?
68. That'd be a big. That's a huge correction from here.
I'm understanding he's also kind of Tom Lee this morning. He's the Chinese, the Asian guy who's been ultra bullish since last year, and he still thinks Bitcoin makes 250. But he was saying he kind of expects a pullback from when in the year to around the 68, 69 area.
To recheck the top of like the old timeline. Yeah.
So believes it's like 250 or above within a year from now. Some point. And he thinks that all these things coming around, within a matter of months or a month. So I don't know, I'm starting to wonder, where do we pivot? Do we pivot right above 100K and dump, then rip? Or do we don't do any of that, we don't have to come down at all, but specifically at this time.
Yeah, I think if we were to do that, and then there's like a bunch of whales that have got this planned out, I think it would make sense to break 100 and get people all ambitious and throwing money at it, and then tearing it down and causing a devastating correction. Because so many people would get trapped, like jumping in above 100. You know what I mean?
Dyer wrote, "There is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children."
A lot of people would fall for it if that was going to be a thing, like a big swing fail,
Neither Mr. Combs nor any of his family members have been arrested, nor has the travel.
It really depends on volume, man. It depends on where the crowd wants to take it. I don't know how much influence the manipulators have, like if they can even steer it. You know what I mean? When the true crowd comes on board, it costs a lot of money to resist that, or it would cost a lot of Bitcoin to resist that. And it's like, is that really beneficial to them to like sell their Bitcoin at a level that isn't the top anyway? You know what I mean? Like, what's the point?
It is if they want to get cheaper prices. And because then they have to put more Bitcoin.
Yeah, this isn't the phase for accumulating the, like, them getting cheaper prices. I think they've already got
Yeah, but really big whales, in order to drop the price, they only need to sell 10% or maybe even 1% of their bag to drop the price significantly. So if multiple of them do that, then it's like, especially if it's coordinated, because you gotta think, like, that some of these whales are probably coordinated with each other. It's like, oh, we'll set limit buys here, and we'll sell as much as it takes to get there, as long as that doesn't mean, like, it's any more than, like, 10% of our bag, 1% of our bag, whatever, like, so, like collectively. Because then they just end up with, when the price does drop higher, if their limit buys hit, one, they have more coins, two, they make sure that the trend continues up after that, because they step in with so much buy pressure at that point. So sometimes they gotta bring it up, drop it, and then drop it to bring it back up again, higher.
960 is a very vulnerable spot on the chart.
They don't think like we do. They have a lot of fucking money that, like, they're not like trying to penny pinch you. Like, they have a lot of fucking money to play around with and a lot of coins. So I mean, they don't think like we do, where it's just like, oh, just collect and accumulate and then wait till the very top and try to distribute, and that's how you get max gains. They just generate more coins.
It depends what marketing these boys have in mind, like whatever they're doing. BlackRock, they're gonna be the biggest. They'd have to be one of the biggest.
They're one of the biggest, yeah. I mean, there's other whales out there that are just fucking. They're huge, like nobody even knows who they are.
See that flip down? That's inverted. Use 962. So we try to get to the flip out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I have fun.
Oh, that team inverted. I see. I was like, hang on a minute, what the hell?
One, here,
The question is the tail on the cat on the Twitter page just hit forward. Is it going to come up in between this data made here? We go for 100K. You're kind of back testing middle of that. Test structure, draw on. I could see that. You know, or you just roll over here slowly. And lose, take a clue. So. Yeah, you've had 4 touches up here. All lower high.
Right.
This sort of feels like the calm before the storm feel.
Hey, I got another one here. Hey. Or at least
been too easy lately. I've been making good money.
I'll go as bearish divergence on the 4 hour. Just pointing that out.
Alter high, not break far. I mean, you can have a pullback here and be okay. Overall, like you're not gonna go back to the low.
Yeah, if you jump the creek. They jumped the creek, so I wouldn't expect they're gonna go back down to the lows that they saw back in August. But I would think that they should come down. At least test the March highs, or maybe even a little bit lower depending on the coin.
What do you mean when December runs?
But to say that there's not the opportunities to buy are gone, like you can get in, you might not get in a little bit higher than where the floor was, but the pullback should happen, and we should be higher lows. So I mean, if you were to try to reposition just a small portion of your bag, you could sell a little bit here, and then wait for it to come back to retesting levels, and then buy more. And it's like, who cares if you're buying a little higher? Like, you have more coins.
Yeah, I took
This is the season where you don't have to worry about your average. You have to worry about how many coins you have.
Yeah, I took a small short position here in Bitcoin. I'll keep adding if it keeps going.
And then when we get to the top, that's when you think you look to distribute bigger portions. Where we gotta, if we're gonna accumulate more coins, then it would make sense to sell small portions of things that pumped a lot. Because if they come back and retest their levels, you can buy them back, and you'll have either the same amount of coins and some extra money, or you'll have more coins.
Ongoing saga.
Than you did before. That's what I'm doing anyway. Not trying to entice anybody else to do anything specifically, but that's my plan. Is I'm gonna be looking for retraces when, basically buy the dips, sell the rips.
That's what it seems to me.
Try to buy more coins back than you sold, and buy them back lower than where you sold them.
You know what I'm saying? Kim know all of his deepest secrets.
I'm like my short is working so far. Shit. I'm hot, boys. I told you I'm hot.
Kim probably told all that.
What are you shorting Bitcoin?
That up and got missing.
Yeah, Max Payne is here. Short the market.
Praying with them, doing whatever he had to do to be with them.
This is light PA based, more hunch based at the moment. Also just looking at the structure.
Yeah.
And it's being the beginning of the month.
nightclub.
You keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance too. Like Bitcoin dominance could bounce, and if I would expect that there's going to be a further correction in Bitcoin, either a pullback in price or a pullback in time.
Yeah,
And
I was going for that too.
if the price comes down or consolidates a little bit lower,
and get this,
and the dominance starts to go up, then
claimed that
I'd say definitely for sure the altcoins that have seen a massive pump, they're going to give back some of those gains, not all of them.
Bust the nose, man.
So this is where like the HODL diamond hands thing is like,
XRP boom.
you know, I feel like letting go of some of it because like
Any
corrections do happen. When they do, if you have dry powder, it's better than just holding coins that you round trip. That's all I'm saying. That's for me personally. That's how I'm looking at it.
sign it.
Yeah, it depends where you got in, I reckon. Like, it depends if you're an investor or a trader.
the ultimate betrayal came when Kim discovered
For
Yeah,
a
but you
trading
can
perspective, yes, don't round trip it, take profit along the way. You have to.
you can invest, but you can invest with 90% of your bag and only like trade with 10% of it. You know, and you just grow your investment bag over time as long as you're buying back in.
ended things for good in
You make your bag bigger. When you take profit on the rips, just buy back on the dips. You have more coins.
morally
That's it, when you come into the market, like,
with Diddy.
in a local area, you have to take profit in a local area because of the volatility. You're just going to end up coming back to where you got in
Vicious death.
if you don't take profit along the way.
2018.
So exactly what you're saying, yeah.
And the official cause was listed as
Whereas if you bought 6 months ago, 10 months ago, don't stress about the volatility too much. But yeah, like collecting bits and pieces of profits as the market matures is a good approach as well. I do attest to that. Yeah.
Like for an example, like I just sold some of my algo, and then I immediately algo's like at almost 50 cents. I sold some
Now you got some. Yeah.
and now I'm at cash, right? So and then I put another buy order down at 32 cents for the exact amount of coins that I sold. And so now I end up with this. If it goes down and it hits that order,
wants to raise the alarm about
I still have the same amount of coins that I started with.
Sure.
But I have 25%. So like basically I'm getting the same amount of coins back, but for 25% cheaper.
Drive a wedge
Yeah.
and
You got more power to use for other shit.
And then and then even if it goes lower, I still have 25% of the original profit that I can put in if it goes lower. You know, so
Al couldn't shake this nagging feeling that Kim's death wasn't as straightforward as it seemed. It was eating away at him.
he's stuck in the swings. It's like, you know,
Silent anymore.
you can take advantage of the swings.
Al posted
I think it's more like if you're only using, like if you're only trading with like
died.
1 to 10% of your bag,
Al wrote,
then
from the morning
it makes sense to take advantage of the swing up and
soul from my
also take advantage of the swing down. But you have to have powder to take advantage of it.
sudden over pneumonia.
Max gave me a good idea, and that's to start using the
We just celebrated our son's
cipher again.
special
Cipher B.
and fantastic.
The one that's like the oscillator one down the bottom of the screen. And then use that on. I don't know what time frame's best for it, but
Your best is like last night too. You know, to me,
now 4 hours.
I use 4 hours to start to see the red momentum wave grow into the green where it has to, and you need to have like I would watch a couple videos. Watch a couple videos on it explaining those other waves that you see. So you have like an anchor wave and a trigger wave.
Yes.
So Core or with what was it the other day? It was long. Like people, you know, you see a clear anchor wave, trigger wave. That is honestly one of the clearest indicators that I've ever used when I see that. And once you start to really watch it over time, and you can feel out the wave, that's why I quoted Core yesterday with that 18% move down. I mean, like, it was very clear.
Yeah.
The whole bit of it.
He went to the hospital, and the doctors were completely
So, if I were to look at Bitcoin right now, it's this thing.
that they couldn't figure out what was wrong. Al ended up spending.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's falling out of a wedge. I don't even have the wedge drawn on my chart, but it looks wedgy. Yes, right. The way it's rising up like that.
To later. Thankfully,
Like grinding up on a 15-minute chart.
aftermath, mysterious condition landed him in the hospital. Naturally, it didn't take long.
With reduced volatility, like the zigzag are getting tighter as it goes up into the wedge.
Kim murdered and mentioned the FBI, and that's when Jaguar writes.
You know, I mean, it's really hard because Bitcoin is in a nice formation on that daily, like RSI. It's strong, you know, rising with channel that builds, but
I'm gonna jump on my real quick. Oh, yeah.
you know, it's just look on the 1 hour, 4 hour, 4 hours in the middle of going down finally, or it could be continuing. It's very hard to tell. 1 hour to me looks like it wants to roll over still.
Check this out, man. I'm gonna show you this on my screen. Let me know when you're
Kim Porter was working on a book.
This is a pretty clean shot. There's not a lot of lines going on. The 100K line, that's about it.
Of his life. He goes into a coma.
Anyway, I'll just draw it out that way. We get like 100K here.
Tried to give Cassie a.
We may contest the same zone soon. Right? Yeah. I can't hear you now. What's that? You what?
I know.
I can't hear you now.
He was saying turn on the music on your stream, I think.
Oh, okay.
Kim was smart.
Is that better? So that's affecting your mic. That's weird. Sorry about that. I didn't even hear it. Anyway, yeah, 100K being like the top of what could become something like this, an ascending triangle, where price rises into it, fades off it, but it could revisit at 100K. There's more people lining up to buy it than this pivot. So it pivots higher, and that's when you get another approach. Let's say it does it again. Maybe it's a swing fail this time. It gets above 100 technically, but it doesn't break through it.
Yeah, I could.
And then you get more crowd coming to the table and believing that it's going to happen. And then bam, you know, and that's your ascending triangle. It's the same shit that happened. Like there's been many of them. Go back, look.
Really, we went down 30%, then corrected up.
30%, like where would that take us?
Well, you correct 30%, then move up before.
Yeah, well, I mean, 30 off 100 is 70, so, yeah, because we're at 100, you can pretty much know.
In the past.
So,
where did we do that in the past?
Like the ascending triangle situation?
Well, where we dumped 30%.
This one. Well, let me show you this just real quick.
Then you heard about the.
So that was our old all-time high back in 2017. Scribe the line across, like that, locked in. Look what happened, because this is another example of a big number causing an ascending triangle. So you almost make it up. People start to doubt it. Nah, I won't get it. This is the top, and then it drops.
Before we in all this,
shit.
Let's talk about
now people are coming up to like, yeah, now this can definitely happen, so they get it. Yeah.
Going into
so people start coming early, like, earlier to the dip.
Just his cheating way.
And then this one happened pretty quick, but
being on
it's definitely there. You see it?
Already knew that. About to spill in her book.
It's like looking into a resistance.
Well, it's really a cat here. Draw that line out.
Okay,
Saturday.
Yeah, draw that line all the way to the same direction you have.
Which line?
The bottom line, yeah.
Oh, angle.
And allegedly, he's already working.
And what, link drop down low?
Mint.
Is that what you mean? Okay.
So first off, let's not forget that Kimora Lee was married to Diddy's friend, accused offender Russell Simmons, the same Russell who conveniently moved to Bali after multiple became
Yeah, that's one.
against him. By the way, he's back.
Yeah, you see that there? There's cat too.
This is trying to do an ascending triangle.
That's the cat. That's a bottom pattern I see all the time.
This is fails breakthrough.
Yeah, that's the cat pattern too. So that's the bottoming pattern that is an easy play right there. Damn, so see that wick, the left, that first wick you have?
Yeah.
Bottom to the left here, right there. And then we draw that angular through the right. With the bottom of that first wick.
Like trouble back through.
No, you get there. Right hand side. Bring up that right hand side, up more, and zoom out, you'll see it.
Basically trying to
yeah, where that takeoff point was above you, to your right. And then all the way at in October.
Oh,
that's right here. So pull that, pull that all the way up to there. You see what I mean? Yeah, you see it?
I see.
And then you tell. But I see that pattern all the time, that reversal pattern, like I long you last night on that exact pattern. And you see it within small time frames. And that's your invalidation is if it goes below, so that radius that goes below that line, because you use the touch points and then it goes to your left, so it helps you with that. So yeah, you see it all the time on reversals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Like, I can long with confidence when I see that.
And if these rumors are true, she could be holding on to some serious information that could bring down not just Diddy, but some other powerful people in the industry. Think about it. Kim Porter and Kimora Lee were basically inseparable for years, and Kimora was one of the few people who knew what was really going on behind the scenes of Diddy's glamorous life.
But you're probably right on the Bitcoin piece that you're really from the
Oh, ascending triangle.
yeah, that probably plays out in December, maybe don't.
Yeah. I'm not saying it has to do that, but I'm just saying, like, it happened over here, and it makes sense because this was a big milestone
so what do y'all
to beat,
more
and once
the key to cracking this case?
Once enough people came to the table to buy it up and to see it through,
video
finally got there. And this, you could even argue, was similar. You know how we had our funnel, we had this, but we just came out recently on a big time frame. Even this was like behaved like what an ascending triangle would, but just on a higher time frame.
And finally making good on her promise.
She's
taking in Diddy's twins,
just like that, see?
and Diddy has no choice but to watch.
Not exactly, but more so these lows here are rising up into it, but yeah.
Him and their brothers accountable for the trauma they caused them. Dark family secrets, mistreatment, and betrayal, it all ends now. Just what did Kimora Lee Simon say? Did Diddy really mistreat his own daughters? Let's find out. Honestly, no one expected Jesse and Delilah to go against their father, but
anyway,
moving away from
Diddy let the child do what it wants to do it.
Well, I won voting again last night, Rick. We came back in a 200% move we had, and I added a bag again last night, it's up 10% there, so I'm hoping that was the full bottom pattern on Bowden, because because memes went around. Sometimes goes around when Bitcoin pulls back. If you notice, like a lot of streams on what's it called have not been running like they normally would, like on the DeFi sector. They haven't really. I mean, sure we have some that do, but it hasn't been full blown mania like we saw with them earlier on in the year.
Yeah.
Well, voting happens to get listed to more central exchanges like the bigger deals, and that can create a gigantic rift that we'll see. See what happens.
I think it's just more it's forgotten. It's so low in that chart. There's still liquidity, and it's never gone back up to try and reclaim any of that. And I just wonder if it wants to do the boom at some point. That's all. I think it's a very safe play at the moment if you're just kind of in spot essentially feud. You return type of thing. I mean, it barely moves right now. It just sits there. It's almost like holding like a stable coin at the moment.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Else, they would end up dead from pneumonia.
Hopefully it's a little
He said, sure, but it's dangerous. He has a vote where he
Joe Biden, you know? Joe Biden.
started.
I mean, you still have him leaving office. You never know. It could be the catalyst.
Could be.
To light, it's no surprise why Diddy had to take her out. However, Kim's kids are calling BS on the book. They released a
Did anyone make an Obama point?
Oh, Peanut. Kim Pepper, we can think about it twice better.
Look at children.